Quit making fun of me. Listen, I'm stupid, and I can't speak properly.
I have that same problem, Julian.
That you're stupid.
I'm stupid, and I can't speak properly.
I feel like I can't get a good. I can't. Right there. I can't get a good sentence out without restarting it at least once because I stutter or I say the wrong combination of words.
Yeah.
This is what happens when non-professionals go into the entertainment industry. You get a bunch of
non-professionals. But anyone can be famous.
Lines.
Anyone can be famous now.
Julian, who would you consider a professional Let's Player?
Let's Player?
A professional YouTuber.
Are there? You guys would know. Are there any Let's Players who have like been to Juilliard?
Does that count as a professional? Are you talking about like a Let's Player that has a professional
classical
job?
training is what I'm talking about.
I've heard people say this too, like, oh, professionalism in YouTube, but it's like, it's YouTube.
I got my degree in Let's Playing at Harvard.
I bet. Is that a thing yet?
A degree.
I always wondered if
it'll happen.
I could see them giving out Let's Play degrees at technical colleges. And
I could see like they could do a degree at some college that's internet entrepreneurship or something.
You'll have a 60-year-old professor coming in and say, hey kids, my name is Captain Dishwasher, and I have 1,000 subscribers on my Minecraft channel.
So let's wash this! And then the video starts.
And every class, he shows you a little bit of one of his Let's Plays and shows you how you can make it as good as his.
And then at the end of the videos is, okay, we're about to change cycles. See you next time. And then boom. We already created one. You want to start that channel?
Captain Dishwasher?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Minecraft.
Remember to like the subscribe in the description. I love your faces, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Remember, you guys
Philip DeFranco
are the reason I'm so happy, and I hope I can make you guys as happy as you make me happy, because I'm happy and you're happy, and I'm sad now because you make me happy and sad.
I need to have a video today to address the audience. You people matter a lot to me. I've never met any of you in my life, but I know you're all going to achieve great things. I mean, look at this. You're subscribed to me.
I'm just saying, you know, those big YouTubers, they always say they love their fans, but, you know, some of their fans are rapists.
That's true.
And child molesters.
Statistically speaking.
Yeah. So they automatically love them.
Disgusting.
I think about this. A lot of those Let's Players
are also rapists.
I was hoping we weren't going to start on a negative.
So let's change the topic from pedophilia and rapery or whatever.
Rapery.
I don't know.
You got 3 charges on rapery.
Got a degree in rapery.
Got a degree in rapery?
But I majored in Let's Play.
I have a minor in rapery and a major in Let's Playery.
They go hand in hand. Rapery was a prerequisite.
It's a prerequisite class, yeah.
Okay, so if you got a degree in Let's Playing, what would some of the required classes be to graduate with that degree?
There's a specific course called Making the 10-Minute Mark.
We do that, though. And you edited. You edited to that guideline, too.
I'm saying that's a thing, though.
I mean, we're Let's Players, though, so we
exactly.
do it.
I like how people in the comment section try to point it out like it's this negative thing, like they're trying to expose
10
us.
minutes. Oh,
it's like,
I did see that one time because I watched
it happens all the time.
I listened to your.
It's funny though because 11 minutes is the same thing. The point is you're trying to get ahead of 10 minutes. It's not like it's extra effort to cut it down precisely the 10 minutes. If anything, that's more effort to do that.
I know.
I think they're saying that you're stretching out the content from what it would have been like 9 minutes to 10 minutes or something like that.
No, it's always cutting it down.
Yeah, it's always cutting it down.
I know, that's what it always is.
Do you guys remember... I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
Speaking of cutting, Julian's cutting off Matt.
I am. Don't burp. Do you guys remember when YouTube had a 10-minute limit?
Yes.
And you couldn't post videos that were longer than 10 minutes.
I remember that.
Wasn't it 15?
It became 15.
It became 15, and then they did this thing where you could unlock longer videos. You remember that? Where if you uploaded or you did something a certain amment or got a certain amount of views, they'd say, okay, now you can upload longer videos.
And then if you get a strike, you can never do it again.
Really? Mm-hmm. Why was length something that they held as a...
I don't know. I assume
thumbnails was something too. I don't know if it still is. Do they still do that?
I don't think thumbnails is anymore, but it used to be.
I think
you were
you're
just
right.
allowed to upload your own. Then for a while they said no, you can't. You have to unlock that. And now I think it's open again.
Yeah, you had to like fill out a form first, like wait a day for them to email you.
YouTube is very old.
Did you say it's
kids?
Because they don't take a day; they take like a year.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I forgot YouTube's customer service is not as wonderful as I thought it was.
Once upon a time, YouTube was just a small website where people uploaded little MS Paint animations.
It was akin to funny junk and stupid videos and shit like that.
Stupid videos.
Stupid video. I fucking love stupid videos. I went on there all the time. Do you guys remember any specific good videos from stupid videos?
Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Yeah, lick my ass, bitch. You don't remember that one?
That goes even beyond stupid videos. That was everywhere.
That was everywhere. What's another one? The Backstreet Boys are gay thing was big.
I remember there was a CG animation called, I think it was called A Bad Day or something. And it was a bald man sitting on a toilet and farting very loudly, and he was constipated, and he was groaning, and I loved it.
There was the hippo, the 3D hippo that would fart.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yes.
Oh.
And you shared the video of the mouse singing that 70s song, I Believe in Miracles, to the piece of cheese.
Well, my mom got that as in like a forwarded message within her work community, like for a laugh. And she showed it to me.
Yeah, Ryan, that's a virus.
And she showed it to me, and it just creeped me out. I thought it was scary. It looked terrifying.
How old were you?
I don't know. All I know is I was a little short little fucking thing. I don't know.
A short little fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what a child is.
Yeah, essentially.
short little
fucking thing. It's a small person.
Just stupid small people.
Ain't nothing but a fucking thing.
That is what a kid is. It's just a stupid small person.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
A fragile, stupid
They are
small
stupid.
person.
Well, they hurt themselves.
I'm sorry,
too.
children. It's a fact.
Chris showed us the compilation of babies falling down.
I think he's shown everyone that he knows that compilation.
I'm okay with that.
After I first met him, he showed me that compilation. And then I was at Aaron's house once, and he pulled it up on the TV and showed it to everyone.
But half of them are self-inflicted.
I know.
Children want to
They
die.
just like...
They want to hurt themselves.
They run into
after they want
walls
to
and
die.
stuff.
I don't understand how we got to this point. You're useless up until probably years and years of age. No, I mean, like, a human being is useless up until several years of age.
That's true, yeah.
How do we get to this
You
point?
should do a video like
If there were so many
I can
predators on
explain-
4 legs that could tear our throats out,
I can
how did we-
explain the evolutionary reasoning for
Is it
that.
really
Let's hear it.
because of
Let's hear it.
opposable thumbs?
It's not. It's brains. It's literally the size of our brains. It's that most animals, they come out fully developed. Like, you see a deer, they tumble out, and then they get up and they start walking around. At immediately born. But babies of humans are they exchange the brain size for like ambulatoriness. I don't know what the word for that is.
I don't know what that means.
The fact that you can move and be self-sufficient.
Oh, okay.
And so...
But do you remember the elephant giving birth?
No. I remember you bring it up all the time, but I don't remember what it was like. Oh, yeah, it looks like mud coming out.
Oh,
I remember that.
It can't move or breathe, and the mom just starts kicking it around.
What?
It's out... When I try to explain it...
out?
It was a hard rock floor, and it drops like 3 feet on its head onto the ground.
Jesus Christ.
They killed it, right?
No, it was alive. But
it's easy to forget that nature does not know what it's doing. Nature sounds like it knows what it's doing when I use big words to describe it, but it doesn't know what it's doing.
Julian, would you what could I give you in exchange? How much money would you take to, as an elephant's giving birth, go lay underneath the
you would die.
the area
To what, like
and
catch
let it pour everything out on you, and then you have to let the baby elephant fall onto you?
You would save its life. It wouldn't smash its skull open.
Probably like, I don't know, 20,000?
I mean, okay, what about just you got to put your face under it while the shit pours out, and then you don't have to let the elephant land on you?
Okay, a lot less. Probably like...
Why 20,000, by the way? Like, this is a hypothetical situation. He's willing to give you anything. Why would you go as low as 20,000 for that?
I'm trying to be reasonable.
Thank you, Julian.
In this hypothetical situation.
Shit and vomit and piss. 200, I guess.
And what would it take? Anything? That's $200.
I would probably gargle piss for like
Julian.
500.
Okay, no, hold on. Wait, one by one.
Change the subject.
Wait, okay,
what's the
let's do
cheapest
this.
you actually gargle?
If it's
you don't
fresh.
swallow it. You just get to someone else's
Yeah,
piss.
and then you
have to
spit
gargle
it.
and then you got to spit it. What's the cheapest, Ryan?
3,000.
3,000?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're getting a lot more money than me.
I do 1,000.
Okay.
I'd do it for 1,000 because I'm not swallowing it. I'm spitting it back out, and piss is
Tell
sterile.
me this though: how much are they willing to pay you? Are they gonna just go
Enough.
for it?
No,
As
this
much
is
as
just
you want. As
this
much
is
as you
the-
want.
Yeah.
Then why the fuck would I settle for going lower?
That's not what I
like
said.
that?
No. Okay. What
I
is
said
the
the
lowest
cheapest.
you would accept?
Yeah.
What is the cheapest you'd accept?
That's what I said.
He did. Yeah, he was specific.
I know, but when I hear that, I think about the fact that they'll still pay anything. I'm not gonna go low because I know.
No, I know.
No,
Take
but-
away the hypothetical. What is the cheapest amount Like if someone offered you, so let's say that they had a dead let's say that they have a set price. What is the lowest set price you would accept? If they said, I'll give you $2,000 to gargle piss.
Okay, $2,000.
That's your...
Okay, so we're going 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. Julian, what are you?
It was 500. I said it.
Okay, 500.
I mean, he just told me 2,000 though, so that's why I said it.
Imagine though, I didn't say that. Imagine someone just says they
this
say
guy isn't gonna pay you because you keep questioning him. He's gonna go find some other idiot to go gargle piss.
Why the fuck is he trying to make?
He's gonna be like, this guy's not gonna gargle piss. He's too smart. He's questioning me.
I do have stipulations. It has to be fresh. It can't be old piss.
Okay.
And it's got to be
clear or yellow. Does it matter?
No, it's just piss. You don't get to decide if
it's got to be like
he's decided.
It can't be that it's like for like 30 seconds or something. I don't think I could handle that. I would probably just
do it like a quick little mouthwash gargle.
Like just have to go and then I spit it out.
What would be worse for you, gargling piss for 1 minute or brushing your teeth with piss water for 2 minutes?
Brushing your teeth with piss water for 2 minutes.
That's kind of hard.
But that's less piss. That's less piss.
Yeah, that's less
in your
piss.
Mouth. The toothpaste will probably overpower the piss on the toothpaste.
I guess it makes me kind of anxious because I imagine it getting in all the little crevasses.
Wait, I meant to say like I would rather brush my teeth with piss water for 2 minutes because my mouth full of piss for 1 whole minute. I think that's a lot worse than having a little bit of piss water in your mouth.
Hypothetical.
Okay.
What's the cheapest you would accept being murdered?
That's
$3.
No. That's not a reasonable hypothetical.
Why?
Because then you die. You don't get the money.
You get to be a ghost.
Okay,
I get to be a ghost?
Here's the hypothetical.
I still wouldn't take
it's spiritual money. You get to take it with you.
What do ghosts spend their money on?
You don't know that yet. And
exactly.
Ghost jobs, ghost hookers.
You don't know what the economy is like in the afterlife.
Ghost Let's Plays, Ghost YouTube Red.
Yeah, I'd spend it on Ghost YouTube Red. So I can get my favorite Ghost Let's Players more ad revenue.
That was what Chris did a while back, though, was that he did a hypothetical. It's just like, what would you do if I stuck this in you and I fucking blended your insides and killed you? And it's like,
it was how would you react? He said, if I stabbed you, how would you react?
I'd die. I'd be in a lot of pain and then I'd die.
I'd be in a state of shock. I'd think about calling the police.
Well, you're dead already, so you're not.
One stab isn't going to kill you.
It
wasn't
depends where
a stab.
You get stabbed.
It wasn't a stab. He said what was it?
I remember being a stab.
He said it was a broomstick, and he said shoving it in your ass.
Oh, that's
your
right.
And killing you.
Oh,
shoving yeah, that's gonna definitely kill you.
How far could you stick a broomstick up your ass before it would kill you?
I don't know. It's a hypothetical.
I mean, it's probably the same length as that guy who got fucked by the horse.
Oh, God.
Mr. Hands?
Yeah.
I was hoping we would talk about Mr. Hands.
Why
also,
were you hoping?
Because I like it.
That's one thing.
I'm happy. I'm happy that it
it's a shared experience.
The state of humanity is that a man got fucked by a horse and it killed him, and he did it voluntarily. Like it wasn't a medieval torture. He chose to do it.
Do the sound he made.
I don't remember. I just remember the guy goes, "Did he come?"
do you think that horse bragged to his friends like, "Yeah, I fucked a dude so hard, he died
That is
on the spot."
Julian, that's my favorite part of that video. It's like the dude screams because he just got like penetrated to death by a horse.
Yeah,
and then the other guy's like, "Did he come? Did he come?"
He's really excited.
And the horse clearly was coming, though.
Yeah, it's true. You can see it.
You can see it.
The horse came inside of his ass?
No, as the horse pulled out, it ejaculated.
That scream also, it's not just that he was in the most pain he's ever going to feel, it's the most pleasure he probably ever
Why would the
felt
horse pull out if it was having so much fun?
I think
he didn't want to get pregnant.
I can't get this bitch pregnant.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that happened in the general consensus of the world about that is it's funny. It's like a joke.
Because he's stupid. If you go to the lengths, hey, it seems like it's just a bunch of guys going, wouldn't this be funny, dude? If you fuck that horse, dude, I'll film it.
They didn't do it because it was funny.
Hold the camera. Hold the camera.
He was horny.
They had a sex ring of people that would fuck horses. Yeah.
I just imagine. See, in my head, I thought it was just a bunch of frat guys that were drunk, went out to a stable, and then filmed one of them.
They sit on a couch. They say, "Dude, what's the cheapest you get fucked by a horse?"
No,
we'll film it. Put it on YouTube.
You know, Mr. Hands was a Boeing engineer. He wasn't a frat guy. He worked for Boeing as an engineer.
He was a smart man.
I'm serious.
For airplanes. What a! Oh my God!
He's a genius.
Yeah,
he figured it all out.
If someone as smart as that fucks a horse, it leaves me to think that there's enough room for me to fuck up in life. Because
you're gonna fuck a horse.
Yeah.
Is that essentially what you were just saying? Like, well, if he's that smart and fucks a horse,
yeah, I still feel like if he's that smart and fucks a horse, me being as stupid as I am, at some point maybe it'll click and I'll end up fucking a horse or something. I don't know.
Let's be something else. You'll fuck a car.
Well, that wouldn't be bad. That's
You'll get like a bunch of exhaust pumped up your dick or something.
When you gotta squeeze it and it
I could stick the gear shift down my urethra.
It blows little rings and it does that Disney sound effect where it goes.
Does it cough too?
Yeah.
No, I can't. I coughed because of the sound effect. It made me.
You all right?
Yeah, it made me cough.
Made you come?
Oh, it made me come. Wait, Julie, make the sound effect.
What sound?
Make the sound effect. Oh, I just came. That's the sound of someone coming. like little pop.
It's like, when you touch a mushroom, there's certain mushrooms that when you
they release
shoot out the little clouds of spores. That's how humans reproduce.
It's a real mushroom now.
What if your dick acted like a Venus flytrap?
And it closed and...
Yeah.
How would that work? It would have to be open to begin with.
No. It only opens when it's hungry.
Right.
When it's horny.
Did you ever see the movie Teeth?
I did. Vagina dentata? Is that what it was called in the movie?
Ugh.
I seriously did see the movie, and
she bites it off, and he's trying to put it back on, and that always confuses
then his dog eats it.
That always confuses me.
Is it supposed to be a comedy? Because I always got the impression that you were supposed to take it seriously, and so I was like, I don't want that.
It's just overall a stupid movie. I don't know if there's a set genre.
It's a movie that you bring up in a situation like this. You say, hey, there was a movie about a vagina that had teeth. And they go, okay.
I haven't seen it. Is it a medical condition or is she possessed? What is it?
No,
I have no idea.
It's a medical condition she's had since she was a kid because her and her stepbrother used to diddle each other, and then her stepbrother cuts his finger on her vagina, teeth, and then later he tries to fuck her, like later in life, and she bites off his dick with her vagina.
Yeah,
and then his dog eats his penis that was just cut off on the floor after he tries to put it back on or some shit.
And then it's kind of like the opposite because then the dog's teeth turn into penises.
The dog's mouth
and those penises have teeth. And those teeth grow vaginas.
I don't want to see that.
I don't know if I'd watch that movie. That one might be a little too much for me.
You watched Sausage Party.
Yeah,
they're both equally as ridiculous.
That's a good point.
Oh my God.
Chris watched that. We were working
it.
He turned it on for fun. No, he turned it on while we were like editing videos.
How's
he turned
that
it on
for fun. How's that for fun?
No, because when he's doing his like 3D modeling stuff, he puts on movies to watch.
But they're always so bad. He watched in a row. He watched Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull, Jurassic Park 3, and Sausage Party.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he could sit through all that, but he was really upset about having to watch Showgirls.
He sat through Showgirls though.
Yeah, but he was really frustrated
he was
by
really
it.
horny too.
But
That's true. He kept saying how hot she was.
I asked Chris, I said, why are you watching Sausage Party? You hated that. And he's like, it's just entertaining. It's like, why, Chris? You have the internet at your fingertips. You can watch any movie that's ever existed.
Entertaining.
It was not entertaining.
I wanted to leave in like the first 10 minutes, I remember.
I remember just, because what was the first word of the movie? Was it
shit?
Fuck? Was it fuck or shit?
It was shit.
It was shit. Okay, it was
right
Seth Rogen going, shit!
Because before we went in, we were already like predicting a lot of the jokes that ended up coming in. But that was the one, was like, are they going to try to be subtle about it and lead into it? Or are they just going to right out the door start it with something
and they
shocking?
did.
And they did.
Right out the door.
There was the funny Nazi mustard.
Yep.
And he's talking about the juice.
Like juice.
Because it's similar to Jews. Yeah.
They repeat the joke.
And one time they say those crackers, and they're talking about.
And then the crackers goes, what? That's the food that I am.
But it also means white people.
They did that every single time.
That movie was so many food puns. And I couldn't tell. It's like,
what were the?
You're not going to know what the joke means.
I want to be able to defend it. I want to be able to say, I liked it a little bit, but then I always remember when we were walking out of the theater and I was like, it was okay. And you were like, what did you like about it? And I couldn't list anything.
I was surprised by the movie reviewers on YouTube that were, I was surprised. I thought this was going to be nothing but senseless, dumb
I've heard
stuff.
People say
and then it
it's because the fact
people started saying it had a deeper meaning.
The fact that it had a message to it impressed everybody.
Yeah.
It's
the religion message?
It's the South Park thing.
Yeah, but South Park does it way better.
South Park does it better.
Are you trying to open that?
Go ahead, open that.
Just open. It's been opened.
Open it.
Just open.
Nobody's gonna know what's happening.
What if it talked?
Ding Dong's trying to open a Diet
He would
Coke
scream and he would say, "Ah, my brain!"
Yeah, what if
Liter
you
bottle
opened it, it
of Diet
started
Coke.
screaming?
It'd be really funny.
That'd be terrifying.
It'd be really funny. It'd boost our Let's Play views up by 300%.
Would it?
The more yells a Let's Play gets,
Yeah,
the more views.
The more you on a Let's Play, the better it is.
That's pretty good.
Add more. Come on.
Whoa!
Oh, I almost made it that time.
Why don't you guys play more horror games?
I don't know. Well, there's not that many good.
Why don't you guys play some horror games?
There aren't that many good horror games, are there?
Meat and fuck?
Yeah. What is that?
Meat and Fuck Kingdom 2?
What the fuck is this? What are you talking about?
Horror games.
I get it. I get it. I got it. The puns. Whoa.
Whee! Didn't you say you played some arcade game that was very not safe for work at a family arcade?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We went to a family arcade, and they had Miss World 96, also known as Miss World Nude 96.
But you said nude was really small.
Yeah, but...
let's play that as a series on the channel.
There's big tits already on the title screen just staring at you.
All right.
There was in the arcade for everybody to... It was on a huge screen, too. Like,
It was.
Everybody could see it.
Granted, it was at the back and nobody was around, but
Were they
it
real
was...
boobies or were they?
I'm pretty sure they were, yeah.
But they were the real deal.
Were they
Whoa.
censored?
No.
No?
Oh, it was just tits with nipples.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that because it means, like, what? You're going to an arcade to get a boner in public and jack off in front of a machine?
Yes.
No, you go off and jack off in the bathrooms. It's a constant line of.
It's a family
you know what? It's
arcade.
very clever
You
because...
you have to pay tokens.
yeah, at that arcade, you have to pay tokens to get in the bathroom.
That's what they're doing.
But on the opposite end of things, the game's also notorious because when you play it, the way it works... Have you ever played Jazzball on, like, a calculator?
Jizzball.
No.
It's...
I played Block Dude or whatever
It's
that was.
you're moving around the sides of, like, a picture, and you need to try to fill in all the gaps by drawing a line without getting hit by anything while drawing lines. And...
Oh, yeah.
And the way that it works is that if you're doing bad, the game turns the picture of the beautiful naked lady into a horrible monster with like a million faces coming out of her, bleeding and screaming. So I don't get it. Like, is it supposed to be denying you? Like, is that?
Well, yeah, that's the idea, but I don't think...
It's a little tease and deny.
I don't think anybody would enjoy it.
At that point, it's like, okay, I just fucking looked at that for 2 minutes, and now I'm seeing boobs for maybe a second. I don't think that's gonna do anything.
I think they're just trying to keep you to keep playing because, like, oh, see the boobs again, and it's that quick instant
that 1 second of it.
Honestly, they probably just didn't expect like anybody to care enough.
It's probably just a joke.
Also, what I don't get about stuff like that, for example, a porn theater, I don't get that. Why would you go to a theater just where you're going to sit in a room with a bunch of other guys? Like, you can't jerk off or
people...
Because they didn't have the internet. It's not like anybody could just go watch porn.
No, but they have magazines.
Yeah.
Magazines isn't the same as video.
But they still exist.
You can ask the people in the theater to jerk you off. Everyone else, they're all horny.
Like Pee Wee Herman.
Exactly.
And
That's
then you
exactly
got in
what I was going to
trouble
say.
for
If you jerk off in a theater, people will make jokes about you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I get that, but also, like... Well, I get he's not supposed to be jerking off, but at the same time, he is at a porn theater. Are people surprised that happened? I'm not defending people.
That's the way that I always heard it phrased. Like, I remember when I was a kid, and I was like, I like Pee Wee's Playhouse, and my mom would be like, yeah, don't watch that. He masturbated in a movie theater.
Yeah, I always heard movie
And it's
theater.
like, what? He was in a porn theater. He wasn't in, like, fucking watching Bambi or something.
He wasn't going to see, like, the nut job or anything.
Fucking
I honestly missed
Schindler's
that
List.
Pee Wee, so I'm kind of lost.
We watched the holiday special.
It was all right.
I thought
Is
it was
that the one on
pretty
Netflix?
It is. Yeah. Well, it was. No, we didn't watch it on. I don't even remember.
No, have you
was
seen
it
the
on
new
YouTube?
Pee Wee movie on Netflix?
We have
People
not.
have been saying it's good or whatever.
I mean, I didn't.
I love.
I wasn't
Pee-wee's
interested.
Big Adventure, and we watched the holiday special, and it was. What would you say about it? Because I liked it a lot.
I like that it's weird. They're funny. I like that.
It was poking fun at itself.
And like
for having so many celebrity guests.
He leaves. That was the main joke.
She was singing.
She was singing the 12 Days of Christmas, and it went on for the whole episode, and they always kept cutting back to her. It was funny.
Wait, so I've never actually watched Pee Wee Herman in full. So it's not actually a kid's show, right?
No,
he sits in his big chair and masturbates.
Originally, it was like a stand-up routine, right? And it was adult themed. Like
Okay.
It was adult jokes and everything. And then they turned it. Was
Big Adventure.
Big Adventure came first before the
Yes.
show. Okay.
Yes.
So then Big Adventure, then the TV show, and then
It was like a Mr. Bean type of thing.
Where it's not
Yeah.
for kids, but it's not explicitly for adults. It's just
And
kind
then
of for
Mr.
anyone.
Bean flicked his bean in the movie theater.
Imagine Rowan Atkinson doing that.
I don't want to.
And then you look over at him and he does a goofy, funny face, like.
And then
like one of those Mr.
Scrappy
Bean
comes out of
faces.
his head and reveals himself to you.
What?
Scrappy Doo.
What?
He says,
He was in the Scooby-Doo movie. He comes out of Ron Atkinson's head. You fucking
Sorry, I forgot.
dumbass.
I haven't seen that movie in so fucking long.
It's a good movie.
I don't want to.
Such a good movie. It's the best Scooby-Doo movie ever.
Y'all like Johnny English?
Yeah.
It's Rowan Atkinson's best role.
Mm.
You know what? You don't like Johnny English?
No.
Why?
Get Smart was better with Steve Carell.
What about Inspector Gadget?
No, Inspector Gadget 2, where they have the female robot, and he gets a big, like, fucking boner.
Go Gadget boner.
And he goes, go Gadget, boner.
And there's a boxing glove on the end of it and punches her out a window.
I always forget Matthew Broderick played Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, why?
Like you would think it's so weird because he was so Ferris Bueller's Day Off was such a big role, and you would think like, wow, this guy's going places. He's gonna be such a big actor after this. And then what else is he in? Inspector Gadget and what else?
Something.
Like, why did he never take off after
Inspector Gadget 2.
Did he get blacklisted or
No,
something?
it was a different
in
actor.
Lion King.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a different actor?
He's been in
It
a
was
lot
a
of big
different actor.
stuff.
Oh,
Has he really?
He was in Lion King.
Was he really in Lion King?
Yeah.
Who was he?
He was
the
Simba.
king. He was the lion.
Like old
He was
Simba?
Simba.
He was not Simba.
Yes, he was. He
What?
was older Simba.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
I thought he
you
was
fuck with me
Jonathan
too
Taylor
much.
No,
Thomas.
it's not.
You fuck with me so much. I can't believe this. He wasn't in Lion
Oh
King.
my god.
Ryan just gave me the most penetrating stare I've ever
You get
received
it?
in my entire life.
Lion? Like lion?
Lion.
Oh!
Oh, the new one came up with James Earl Jones.
When is that the live action remake?
Wait, James Earl Jones was.
He was in the original
Yeah,
one.
he's so it's good.
He was
Donald Glover's gonna be
Mufasa.
Simba in the new one.
Yeah, they're doing a live action remake, and Donald Glover is the.
They're doing it
Simba.
for. They're gonna do it for.
He's the
Don't
first
don't
one
act surprised
on
at this
the
Oh
point.
wow,
page.
you're actually right. Wow.
It just seems like so much effort for something that's gonna be really.
Everybody will say it's good. Everybody loves these live action
That's
Disney
true.
movies. I
I
haven't.
hate him. I have not liked a single one.
I cannot express an opinion because I haven't seen
I
it.
saw the ads for the Beauty and the Beast one and how over-designed they made.
They are,
everything in
yeah.
it, and how dramatic they're trying to make it feel too.
Wait, is Jon Favreau directing the Lion King one too?
No, Jon Favreau.
Ow, Jesus!
What are you doing?
Julian.
You hit me.
You were hitting me. You're popping
So,
me on the head.
We have the Lion King live action thing coming out. Then we have the Milan one. I know Oliver Twist is getting a remake. With
Jesus.
Oliver Twist.
Why are they doing all
They're
this?
doing an except it's going to be with Ice Cube or something. I
What?
think.
You mean
if the
Oliver and Company, or what are you talking
No,
about?
no. Oliver Twist, the orphan.
They didn't.
The musical.
That's not a Disney movie.
I know it's not a Disney movie. I'm just thinking of a remake.
Oh,
and they're doing Song
okay.
of the South with Ice Cube too.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're doing Oliver Twist with Ice Cube. They're about as ridiculous.
When are they going to remake Song of the South? We're getting all these. Lion
wa-
King didn't come out that long ago.
Do you want to talk about Song of the South? We watched.
I guess we
22
could.
years
I feel
ago.
like it was long enough ago that I don't know if we'd remember anything interesting
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
a really boring
The
movie.
little kid is really ugly. I don't understand why.
You bullying him?
I don't understand the casting that the Disney live action movies had for child.
They kept Uncle Remus out of the theater when it premiered.
They did.
Did they really?
Yeah.
They did. It's because it was a segregated theater.
And even
Like,
though
it
he was
was
like
in-
one of the main characters, they're like,
Yeah,
wow, that's fucked up.
that is.
Did people jump when he first appeared on screen?
They went, oh!
Is that a real one?
It was
There's a face floating in the darkness.
that's what it was weird. They would do lighting like that. They would hide his face in the shadow so only his eyes were coming out. And
Are you serious?
I'm serious. They
That's
would do that
creepy.
repeatedly, and not only that. Oh my god! Because I remember we were talking about before watching it. Like we've seen it before when we were younger.
Yeah.
I didn't remember. It
And
being-
there was a very interesting thing. Was I think I saw it when I was like 18 or something, or 17. I saw it online, and explicitly I went into it going like I want to see if this is actually racist, because this is always what I heard. And as a teenager, I was like, I don't see anything wrong with it. This seems fine. And then we watched it again like a month ago or something. And
What did the
Ding
kid-
Dong and I were both like, "Oh my God, this is
What did
awful."
the kids say?
He says, "You tell the best stories in the whole United States of Georgia."
Do you think everybody who appeared in that movie is ashamed of themselves? Like anyone who started?
Probably.
No, they probably still have the same mindset.
You think so?
Like they did before.
It's possible, because
You
I
look
mean
at-
that was
if you
like
look at
50
a 90-year-old
years ago.
woman, is she going to be like progressive with nowadays standards? No, they're going to be still in the same mindset from.
Well,
like,
I think
50s or 60s.
Ding Dong's probably just thinking of that small black child specifically.
Oh yeah, maybe I don't know.
I mean, being told to do a line like that, I feel like even at the time you'd feel weird about it.
Yeah.
They're always really peppy though. They're always really happy. They're always
it's
and when they think the small child died, they're all outside the building.
Yeah, all the
strangely dubbed over with
white people voices. It's really obvious.
Really? Wait, what?
There's the small white child who's the main character of the movie. He gets injured at the end of the movie by a bull, and it's really funny.
A bull?
A bull.
Oh, a bull.
A cartoon bull?
No, a real life bull runs him down.
I thought there were cartoons in this movie.
There are, and that's the only good part of the movie.
It's the original Space Jam. It's a mix of cartoons and real life.
Okay. Do they play basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because black people, and so as he's like resting in his bed in this big plantation house, all of the surrounding black people. I don't know. We don't know if it's supposed to be set post or during slavery, but
I'm pretty sure it's during.
It seems like it, but they all
because I thought I remembered it being post, but watching it seems like
it doesn't seem like it. They don't really drop.
Well, I'm gonna look at when it takes place, and I'll do the math.
Yeah,
because it could go either way. It really could. Do they sing the song of the South at the end?
I mean, they're just constantly singing, and all these they all sing. They all show up to sing hymns to the white child.
Aww. And I remember saying too, like, if my child's fucking dying, I would feel really weird having all these people surrounding him singing from the outside of the building.
I'm sure the kid doesn't like that. Think about it. If you're a kid,
if I was dying and I'm hearing that shit around me, it's gonna scare you. It's not gonna give me any confidence I'm gonna make it. I know. That pretty much tells you you're dying. If people are, he was all right though. He was all right. Okay. Everything was okay. Uncle Remus came in, and they shot a couple hoops with the kid, and he felt all better.
Bill Murray showed up and he went ta-da.
Da 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 da.
Wait, you guys have this on VHS?
No, I don't. It never got released on VHS. It was.
I know someone that has a DVD of it.
Okay, sorry, but it says it was taking place during the Reconstruction era.
Okay,
so
but it's like very shortly after slavery, when people sometimes still didn't even kind of go by that.
That's why it was feeling like it could have gone either way. They don't,
because it's still a bunch of black people all living on the property.
Yeah, it takes place on a plantation.
Yeah,
not to mention that they're giving orders at points.
That's true. I mean, that's what made me feel weird about it was that the grandma's always, or the mom, she's like, you dirty black man, stay away from my son.
She doesn't say that, but she's
really bitchy about it.
Yes.
She's really bitchy about it for no reason. And then immediately she feels really bad.
Oh, well, that's good.
Also, the small child is
written very poorly.
The small child's very easily impressed by stories that are not interesting in any way whatsoever. Like, what was the one? Sounds like people that listen to this podcast. The one story was that the rabbit says, "Please don't throw me in. I know you want to kill me, but don't put me over there." And then they put him over there, and he's okay. Brer Rabbit?
That brother rabbit.
And then after the story, these two bullies they say, "I'm going to tell your mom," and he goes, "Okay, but don't tell your mom." And they go, "What? We're retards. Okay, we're going to go tell our mom. Oops, now we got punished." What? What? Is that the exact line they say? Oh, we're retards.
The script, the reading of the script, like at the table read, must have been perfect.
No, they were allowed to say it back then.
Wait, did they really say retards in the movie?
They said it in Fat Albert.
They didn't. It's not. We're joking.
Do they really?
No! God!
In fact,
wait.
I almost said Black Albert. Do they really?
They do say it in Fat Albert. They don't say it in Song of the South. They do say it in Fat Albert.
Yeah.
When do they say it in Fat Albert?
We were watching a bunch of Fat Albert episodes, and there was an episode called The Mainstream, and we didn't know what it was going to be about, and we're all like kind of guessing about it, but we ended up watching it, and what happens is that they have a new kid, because they always have a new kid in Fat Albert, and he's just acting kind of odd.
He's not even acting odd. He's just sitting there, and everybody says he's acting odd.
He's quiet, is all it is. He's just quiet. Yeah. He doesn't look weird. He's just very quiet. And then the teacher pulls Fat Albert out of class after school, and it's playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star behind her as she's talking
on a fucking little xylophone.
Yeah, and she's saying like he's well. And Fat Albert just keeps, because they do those close-ups of his face. Really, really close-up where he's doing the slow
Get to the part where they say retard.
That's what happened. She says he's retarded. And Fat Albert looks horrified.
Fat Albert goes...
he looks really...
His mouth goes agape.
Is he
he's
doing
horrified.
that because of the reaction to the word, or because like, oh my God, he's not as smart as...
Because he's retarded.
Okay.
Because that's I mean... it's not like retarded is the wrong term.
It's not the wrong term.
It's the literal definition. It's just how it's been used over the years and everything. But no, it's not shocked that she said that. It's because like, oh my God, he's subhuman. And then that it keeps coming up throughout the episode because Rudy starts making fun of him.
He starts
God, what a piece of shit. I always hated him when I watched the show.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
No, he doesn't. You hold your arms up like this.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Show me that part in Fat Albert where Rudy goes,
Come over. We have the DVD. I'm dead serious.
God, fuck the Cosby
And Fat Albert
kids.
says, he's retarded. He goes, oh, is that why he acts like this? And he crosses.
And he goes,
no way. No, he doesn't.
And the kid is right at the door and starts crying.
He starts crying.
And Fat Albert says, he's retarded, and he may be retarded here, but he's not retarded here.
And points to his heart.
That's a real thing that happened.
Fuck, I gotta watch that episode. That's great. Isn't there an episode of
But at the time, that was breaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
We watched the making of, and there was like, what was it? The Board of Education. The guy was saying like, oh, it actually it was wonderful. It was a great thing that they had at the time. And when they sing the song, sing "Dopes are for dopes" for 3 minutes, it means the kids won't do drugs.
Dopes are for dopes.
There was an Arthur episode where there was a kid with autism, right?
Yeah.
It was like a rabbit with autism.
Asperger's.
And
In Fat Albert, there's a rabbit with
No.
autism?
In Arthur.
Oh, okay.
And he scares the kid and he starts crying. He's like, what did I do?
He
Right?
goes,
No, stop.
He does.
No, he does. He
Yes, he
keeps
does.
saying these.
I've seen it.
Do these portrayals of like mentally handicapped people, are they always in like early cartoons?
It's that he brings a dummy and the kid's afraid of dummies.
That's what it is, yeah.
And he freaks the fuck out and runs to the corner and goes,
Yeah, he does do that. And then the mom's like, you didn't do anything. He has Asperger's syndrome. And then he has to like explain it to him when he feels really bad.
Sometimes he just malfunctions like this. We can't help him.
Jesus. He really likes trains.
He does. He's also a little asshole. They make him look like
He's just a fucking jerk to everything.
That's right. They make him out to be just a piece of shit.
Yeah, he gets really mad about everything all the time.
I mean, he's just an asshole to people.
And he's just like, give me juice from a box. I like trains.
Not from a cup.
I don't like brown.
Jeez.
He just says stuff like that all the time. And it's like, why is this character trying to be friends with him?
I don't know, because they got to set a good message.
It's kind of a real life problem. I don't know how to deal with that sort of person.
When you're showing that to kids, I don't think it's making them like feel bad necessarily.
They're not making a connection.
Well, yeah, I would say
wow,
that
this kid's an asshole.
I would say that
if you show that to a 7-year-old, they're gonna be like, oh, this kid's an asshole.
Yeah, I would say that the problem is they don't show how to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they don't have like an acknowledgement of like, listen, these people they don't have the socialization skills, and you got to know how to cope with that.
They tried to create like a situation to help kids because it was like, oh, it's like going to an alien planet and you're not used to their standards, and because they had the whole
I remember.
They compare people with Asperger's to aliens.
Well, that's what they're saying is like they have a dream sequence and it's like, oh, it's like going to another planet, and Arthur is like, he was doing something.
I don't remember.
He was doing something goofy, and so he starts laughing. He's like, that's not funny. That's what we do. And that's like what the idea is supposed to be. Is like, oh, they don't pick up on these things that everyone else would be well aware of, and that's why they're having a hard time socializing. But to a 6-year-old watching it, they're just going to keep thinking like, oh, so they're just dickheads.
So that seems like that's maybe the best way they can explain it to a 6-year-old or anything like that. Like, what's a better way to explain autism to a young kid?
I wouldn't know. Yeah, Fat
You
Albert.
gotta make a Fat Albert episode about it.
They'll sing a song.
Because at least Rudy's an asshole.
That's what? That's kind of a good point.
That kid does absolutely nothing wrong. Only Rudy's an asshole.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's I gotta hand it to Fat Albert on this one. I think they did a better job than Arthur. Or as Julian called it, Black Albert. I almost said Black Arthur.
Because it's whichever one is more prominently like visible. He's fat, so he's Fat Albert. But if he was skinnier, he'd be Black Albert.
Yeah, he would.
It's whichever one is more noticeable.
But they're all black.
If he was a homosexual, it'd be Gay Albert. Like it would just keep going down that spectrum.
It'd be Big Gay Al.
Big Gay Al.
Oh, yeah.
Full circle.
Did they ever? Did you guys ever watch Lil Bill? Or is it Little Bill or
Lil Bill?
Is it?
It's Little Bill. But
Little Bill.
I knew it existed, but by the time it was on, I was too old for that kind of thing.
You're thinking that they can't speak English, right? That's what you're trying to do.
No, I just thought they were rhyming it. Lil Bill.
It's Little Bill.
I think it's
Did you
Little
ever watch
Bill.
Little Bill?
I watched Little Bill
Like twice.
I used to watch it every other morning while eating some French toast sticks.
Was there an episode about the little retarded boy?
No. They every episode was just Lil Bill does something, and then his dad goes, "Yeah, you gotta do it, or you're not responsible." And then his mom goes, "Listen to your daddy," and that's the episodes.
Now drink the special juice.
Is this the same universe as Fat Albert?
No.
I'd like to think so.
I'd like to think so.
It'd be funny if it was.
Little Bill goes to the junkyard.
Yeah.
Meets all the boys and they make fun of him.
What is with that, by the way? Because they're trying to like teach values and everything, but they go to the junkyard and they swim in the
and they
mud.
never bring it up.
And every episode, every other
they do
episode,
something really dangerous.
They build a wooden slide.
Yeah.
And remember the one time there's just a huge rock wall in front of the wooden slide, so they're sliding off the wall to smash their faces on a
brick
wall. Wait, are
wall.
they homeless?
No.
What, do they ever go home to their parents?
Yeah, they do.
Do you see their parents?
Rudy goes home to masturbate.
Is there an episode about masturbation?
There's an episode about he gets like they get porn magazines.
I fucking
Fat
hate
Albert.
that one,
Fat Albert's like super against it. They're all like, "Whoa, look at this!" And it doesn't
that's not okay.
That's what he says.
Yes,
no
yes,
way.
yes.
Is that what he says?
I'm serious.
That's what he says.
And it does the close-ups of his face where he's just like all upset.
But it doesn't make any sense in that episode because there's no real lesson. This kid, there's no ulterior motive.
Yeah, that's true. This kid just comes and he distributes. He's like,
he gives free porn out.
"Hey guys, look at this," and then
he's just being nice. And what happens at the end of the episode is Fat Albert rips all of his magazines to shreds and gives it back to him. It's like, what the fuck? He gave you this for free.
Big dick move.
Just don't read it, Fat Albert. The guy was being nice and giving you a porn mag.
Julian.
What did he say?
He made an offensive joke.
What did he say?
I'm sorry. Everybody.
What did you say?
What did you say?
This is my formal formal
what did you
apology.
know how old Fat Albert is?
I can't.
That was what
How am I
was
supposed to
weird
know?
about the episode to me is that what's the little short one's name?
Both of you.
You shouldn't give like a 3-year-old. He's not 3. He's like 4.
Are you done?
I'm just waiting to see. Like, I'm trying to understand. What did you say? Do I need to cut it out?
No.
Are you sure?
It was a joke. He's being a jokester.
I don't even know what it was.
I said big dick.
That's an offensive joke. I gotta cut that out. I gotta cut that out.
Cut that out.
But you saying you're gonna come on his face? That can stay in.
Your face. I was looking at you when I said it.
Why are you saying that?
You've got the front of your face.
I was trying to see if anything I would say would get y'all's attention.
He's sitting on the outside of this one.
I was hearing it. I was
just looking at y'all. I was like trying to get y'all's attention just with a question and to answer to see what was going on.
Do you do that in public too?
Just like to get someone's face.
Is that how you get the weight?
Officer, I'm gonna come on your face.
They'll look if you say it. He's like, officer.
What? Oh, okay.
Now that you mention that, do you need any help? Yeah, could you jerk me off so I can come on your face?
No, absolutely.
Certainly, sir.
Up to it.
I'm a public servant.
I'm a public servant. Oh man.
We got pulled over by a cop or Uber?
Yeah,
got
you
pulled
did.
over?
Your Uber got pulled over, didn't it?
Why? Was he speeding?
He cut off the cop. Was like they were trying to.
Oh, you know. The cop could have probably just went, oh well, you know.
He could have.
Like everybody has to deal with people who cut them off.
They were both.
The cop has the power to charge someone $500.
They were both being like uppity. They were trying to shout each other down, and it was really awkward.
What happened was that it was the stop sign, right? He didn't stop at the stop sign and just went for it and almost got hit by the cop. And so the cop came over and he was
now I can actually see why he pulled him over.
He was calm for like the first second, and then the guy started arguing, saying, "Well, that's not what happened, officer. I actually went through just fine." So then he started shouting at him and everything, and they just got into an argument, and then he started laughing at him, like the driver's laughing at the cop and everything. It's like, okay, great.
You're going to get out of that one perfectly fine.
Are you talking about like the type of laugh where someone's losing an argument?
Yes.
And then,
So he's like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
So he wanted all of his information, and we were sitting there for like 15, 20 minutes, and
he ended up okay. He didn't get a ticket.
Did he talk to you at all? The officer?
He said I'm sorry because he goes. I was going to let you off with a warning because I see you got your fare, but you had to. What did he say? He was like, "You want to go argue? You got to argue with the judge."
Yeah.
And then he looks at us and he goes, "I'm sorry. I know you guys got somewhere to be." And we were both really embarrassed. We didn't want to apologize, or we didn't want.
Did you have to pay more because of that stop?
You got a refund.
We got a refund.
Okay.
Because it wasn't just because of that. Earlier, like the very first block when he picked us up, he almost hit somebody and they honked at him. He was just doing it left and right.
Oh, I've had Uber drivers who were terrible at driving.
It was Uber X, and it was a $28 ride, and it wasn't even that far that we went. So
why? It's usually cheap.
I don't know. It's late at night sometimes because
Last night,
It wasn't late. It was like 7.
I know, but
This is a boring conversation.
I know.
Well, I had an Uber driver that made me read him the directions because his GPS wasn't working. So I had to look up the directions to some place on my phone and read out like, okay, go right now, and it. How long before next left?
You said go right, and it says left is right.
No.
I've had Uber drivers. It always like. I'll be going somewhere that I've never been, and they'll be asking me like for directions, like what's the best way to go, this way or that way? And I'm like, I have no idea.
Follow the GPS.
You have a phone.
They have a GPS. I don't get
The
that.
GPS calculates traffic and everything. Just follow the GPS.
Maybe
there are
there's
like little secret shortcuts, like duck behind the alley, go over the building,
Go
drive
up the
through the
big-ass
loop-de-loop, go over the big ass ramp, Tony.
Fiddy.
We finally beat it. That felt.
Oh yeah, that's right. We could talk. We've been meaning to talk about that for an hour now. We were gonna open up with that.
We beat Blood on the Sand, the 50 Cent game where he goes to the Middle East. And if you haven't watched that yet, go watch episode 1 right now.
People are like,
with these guys.
It was
like, you should play Bulletproof. I'm like, nah. Because if
Maybe.
this was the better game out of the two.
Yeah.
Was this the better game out of the two?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of want to see how broken it might be.
I kind of want to
But
play
what if
Bulletproof.
it's
for like 3
way more
weeks?
boring? Then someone else is playing. I'm not playing. You can play the whole time. I am not
We'll be
subjecting
playing it for
myself to
20
that shit
hours if I
again.
play.
Something I always hate to with these games because we played Catwoman way back.
Rayback Johnson.
We
Way back.
played Catwoman, and
I think that was the first thing we recorded with
I think
Chris,
so,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
But
Oh,
that game has the weirdest controls. Like the jumping was R. For
I
some
was editing
reason.
that. It was horrible.
You have to do all these weird movements to get anything in it to work. And what I hate about that is when people are watching it, they're seeing you just messing up. Like, oh, they're really fucking bad at this. But it's like, okay, pick up the controller, you feel it, and get a good understanding of how this actually plays. Because that was the thing with 50 Cent is that you see like, oh, he ran by the wall and ducked behind it, but it's like, that's not intentional. It's because everything is mapped to the A button. If
Yeah.
you're trying to roll, it won't let you do it, and you grab onto the wrong wall and kill yourself because of it.
It's like cover, rolling, picking shit
Almost
up, like the
everything,
posters.
yeah.
Like a lot of stuff is mapped to A.
And I said that at one point too, like, is this Sonic Adventure? Because that's what they did too, and that was part of why that game was so bad, was everything was mapped to the same button. Everything was the B button.
Yeah.
So if you were trying to do one thing, you would sometimes do the wrong thing, get yourself killed because of it. Like, it's not a good idea to ever do that, but they did that for 50 Cent.
Well,
It's because they only
Come
paid
on.
50 cents to the
Let's-
programmers.
let's each go
And you get it
around.
in the bargain bin for 50 cents.
Come on, let's each go around and name one thing we actually appreciate
Tony
about
Yayo.
50 Cent Blood on the Sand, okay? Yours is Tony Yayo.
It's yayo!
Yayo, like
It's
mayo.
God.
It means crack.
If it's not clear, people, I said yayo because it sounds funnier. That's it.
That's
Why
the
would he
joke,
wanna be-
guys.
That's the joke, guys.
That nobody really.
Why would he want to be associated with mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise?
It's because mayonnaise is slang for crack-a-knees, dude.
It's slang for
I don't-
cocaine.
Japanese.
I don't know what that is slang for.
Apparently, yayo means cocaine or something. so-
Crack in Japan is crack-a-knees.
And they say yayo, give me the yayo.
I don't know. Did you get? Oh, someone. We saw a video someone posted. It was interviews after Blood on the Sand came out, and it was.
They're gonna say 9/11 for some reason.
Nope, not at all. It was.
I don't know.
He must be gearing up for a good old 9/11 gag
50, I
again.
don't know. 50 Cent.
Matt's famous for those 9/11 gags.
50
me.
cent 9/11.
It was
his
Lloyd.
numbers?
It was
I don't
Lloyd
know.
Banks and.
Because you looked really uncomfortable as you were leading into it.
Did I?
Your eyebrows were raised and everything. You're like,
I get a little nervous talking about it.
kind of like.
I mean, 50 Cent probably had a weird interview about it. Look at Kanye West with what happened in Katrina and everything.
Okay, if I'm being honest, I looked uncomfortable because I'm a little bit scared talking about this topic.
Why?
Because I'm scared.
Oh,
that
'cause we're
50
worried that
Cent
they're gonna come
or
after you.
Tony Yayo are gonna come fucking kill me.
That's not a joke. You actually, there's a little bit of fear inside of you.
There's like 10% of me that's scared of 50 Cent and Tony Yayo. Well, I'm not scared of like
What?
Lloyd Banks or
Yayo.
Woo Kid or whatever his
Yayo.
name is.
Yayo.
Tony Yayo.
It's Who
Yayo.
Kid, because who?
Is it Who Kid?
Who is kidding?
It's two.
They don't even
It's
know
two
him.
O's. It's like Woo. It's not Woo Kid.
I don't know. I just
Oh,
like saying
okay.
the names wrong.
But it's an
funnier.
interview. It's an interview with Tony
You
Yayo.
go, Who Kid? Who?
And Lloyd, and I think it's Lloyd Banks, and they're sitting there playing Blood on the Sand, and Lloyd Banks is like, man, they got my tattoos, that's so unreal, and he's like pointing at the screen, and then Tony Yayo is talking about how, you know, when you were a kid, you could have your Nintendo, and you'd have to, now you've got it right in your home, and he's talking about Blood on the Sand. It made no sense. He was talking about like
I tell you, with superpowered machines like the Sega Saturn.
They were acting like video games weren't a thing.
They were acting like this was brand new.
They were like, man, you can play video games. No, the big thing they were saying is you can play with other people, and that's fucking incredible.
It's like a gun trigger on the back of the controller.
They were
blown away that you could play co-op
and that you could play it in your home. He's like, you could play it like now you got this in your home. It's like, this is the Xbox 360. This is not new. You've had video games. He mentioned you used to have Nintendo or something, and now you've got it in your home. It's like, you had Nintendo in your home.
Yeah, that's the...
What are you talking about, Tony?
He's not a real gamer. He would be an awful Let's Player.
He was wearing big goofy glasses.
Tony Yayo hashtag not a real
gamer. He was
gamer.
wearing those were gamer glasses.
What are they called? The
piss glasses.
The ones that are like
it's just yellow.
Piss glue.
What are they called?
It helps not get headaches.
Says you.
I wear them every day.
I don't get as many headaches because I used to stare at the fucking white screen all the time.
For 2 minutes, I have a headache immediately.
Well, you gotta get used to them. I don't know what to say. I wouldn't wear them if they gave me headaches.
I think it's giving you headaches, and because
I haven't had a headache.
Oh, this feels different. You're assuming that it's curing something when it's actually making it worse.
Are you trying to say that it gives me a different type of headache that I like more?
You're fucking crazy!
I'm fucking crazy for wearing
I'm losing my mind wearing these glasses!
Just listen, you're the one who doesn't drink any water and you only drink Diet Coke.
I drink water.
And then you have
You say as you're holding a fucking, what is that, 2-liter Diet Coke?
There's water in it!
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, no shit, it's a liquid. Most liquids have water inside of it that you can drink.
So what are you trying to say?
You don't get hydrated from drinking Diet Coke?
No, he doesn't. I've tried to...
My piss is clear!
I've tried to explain to him.
Yes, it is.
No way your piss is clear.
I've tried to explain to him the concept of diuretics, and he doesn't understand.
Let the man talk. Let Julian talk.
My piss is clear, Julian. You've seen it.
Is that like your conscience is clear, your piss is clear? I want that to
Julian,
catch on as
my piss. It's clear.
As a
Julian, is it clear piss?
Here,
let's get both sides of the story. Okay,
it's
so
clear.
It's clear piss.
It's not totally clear, but it's clearer than mine.
Okay, now
mine is like fucking bright yellow, and I drink water all the time, so I don't know why that is.
Julian, if he drinks more water,
but his piss is yellow.
Yeah,
I don't know who to side with on this one.
I mean,
it might just be like poison. I don't know.
What?
Like
what?
Maybe I have like a shitty bladder or liver or
it's
whatever. It's
because you're not white. Like the tint of your skin tints your piss a little more.
The melanin.
Like how black women make chocolate milk for their babies.
Yeah.
Well, on the subject, anyways.
Wouldn't that mean that white people make strawberry milk because it's pink?
No,
we're not pink. Sense.
We're not pink. Look,
you're pink.
Not pink.
Look at the pink person. It's a pink people.
White.
It's a pink people. Pink person.
I can't find that video anywhere.
I don't know what that is.
It's if anyone can please help me find a video. It's a video of some dude they're interviewing. He's an African. They're interviewing him, and he's like, he's pink. And he's looking at some white guy. He's like, he's the pink person. He's so pink. Why is he? No,
pointing at Patrick.
He legitimately says, I think verbatim, he goes, "Why is he pink? Why is he pink?"
You're doing
I love
an Indian accent.
I don't know.
Why is he pink?
What's an African accent? Why is she pink? I don't know. Pink, pink, pink.
It's because you're putting him on the spot now. You're trying to get him to do something offensive, aren't you?
We need a little blackmail for Julian.
We need a little black male for Julian.
That's what I thought. That's what I actually thought you meant.
That's what I thought you were saying too.
All right, if anyone's listening, it's a little black male. Send in your applications.
Or if you have a link to that video, please send it to me or make it apparent what it is.
I'm reminded of
he's a pink person. He's pink.
I'm reminded of this one time when I was in grade school and I was carpooling with a fellow classmate, and they said, "Look, there's a mail truck," and for whatever reason my brain didn't work, and I thought, "What does she mean? There's no female trucks. What does that mean?"
Did you just get back from watching Cars 2?
No, that was before Cars existed.
There are female trucks, Julian.
Wait, before Cars existed? Whoa! How old are you?
I'm 29.
In Las Vegas, they drive around those trucks that have the hot girls on the side.
Yes.
So there are female trucks.
Throw out fun collectible Pokemon
little
cards
stripper Pokemon cards. Yeah. Have you guys ever been to Vegas?
That sounds awful.
There are stripper Pokemon, like they're collectible trading cards for strippers, and there's thousands of them.
Oh, I
and
see
they just throw them out on the street for people to pick up in every street corner.
I don't want to touch those.
Like when I've been to Vegas, I'll get a stack of them about that big because they're just different strippers with phone numbers on them.
We should go to Vegas sometime. I've been meaning to go for a long time. I've never been.
I would never really recommend anyone to just go to Vegas.
I want to go to Vegas. I've got to see Vegas Vinny and touch the spike.
I'd go. I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it as a fun fucking place to.
I think it's no more fun than for.
She didn't get to see Vegas Vinny,
but she was there. She was a goddess.
That's true. She was
Vegas
there
during the day is awful.
I think
just gross.
Yeah, I think 2 nights in Vegas would be the max where you'd have fun. I think you could like experience it, be like, whoa! I remember we got our motel, and the first thing we saw were 2 girls making out in the hot tub.
It takes one day, and it feels like you've been there for a year. I don't know why. Whenever I go into Vegas and leave, even if it's been 12 hours, it just feels like it's a time warp. For so fuck. It was a time. It actually was. I think there was a casino thing in Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief in the books, like some casino or Vegas was like a time warp or some shit. That was similar to what was that? There's a story. It was a what was the epic? Oedipus?
Lady.
No.
Oedipus
The Odyssey, where all those like hot women distract the men.
The sirens.
The sirens, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the Odyssey.
That's Odyssey.
Yeah.
Odyssey.
That's not the one where he fucks his mom.
That's Oedipus.
Yeah.
Oedipus Rex.
Yeah.
Because he gets to add a pussy.
Whoa! Hey!
Does a good job.
Hey, welcome to the series. Whoa.
Oedipus!
I'm happy I can be on a podcast where we can discuss Greek mythology.
Do you like Greek mythology?
It's not the mythology I'm the most well-versed with, but I like mythology in general.
I think Greek mythology is the most interesting out of like all the other religious.
It's got a lot of
beliefs.
good stuff. You got a lot of cool monsters.
But what about modern mythology, like Spider-Man and Superman?
Would that be considered modern mythology?
They're probably going to.
That's what people generally. People are always like, "Oh, it follows in the tradition of Superman is the modern Hercules."
I think
and
modern
stuff like that.
mythology is
in
more like
1,000 years from now, they'll look back and probably make assessments like that.
I'm fine with that.
They wanted to be a strange flying man.
I think modern mythology would be Mormonism and Scientology. Those two are definitely
we
very
got handed
new.
a thing for the Church of Scientology when we were going down.
If you live in LA for a week, you get handed.
Yeah, that's just a
I know.
thing
I
that happens.
kind of want to go.
I get excited every time I see like a pack of Mormons biking around.
Pack of Mormons. Bloodthirsty.
Do you like the Bible?
I kind of.
Why are they witches? What
Me
is?
too!
They go on they're on little broomsticks.
They're going around like,
Have you read the new one?
We've got a new one.
they're riding little unicycles.
They're on little broomsticks.
They're on broomsticks. They have little top hats on.
Their briefcases. And shit.
I love Jesus!
You know what? I would become a Mormon if that happened.
Because they're families. They bond together.
Did you know you get your own planet when you die?
We watched those children videotapes. Remember, they were the animated videos.
The
on
Mormon ones?
Mormonism.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
The one is on the guide of like, okay, we're gonna send our 7-year-old daughter to go door to door to spread the word of Mormonism, and like they had all these lessons for kids to go and do that. And
Was that Mormonism?
That was Mormonism.
That was that.
Have you, like, there's the animated ones. Have you seen the one where it's explaining Mormonism, and it shows when God comes to Earth to have sex with Mary, and he just knocks on the door, and she, like, slowly opens it, and he's just standing there staring at the camera, and he blinks, and then they
we
have
watched
sex.
one that was an animated perspective from, like, a child learning Mormon values, and one of them was, he got a toy of a wizard, and his mom was not in approval of it because that's
She
magic.
got really mad.
It's magic, and you can't have magic in the household. And
She smirks at the camera too, like she's being really.
Yeah, she comes. She in the language of filmmaking and like what you learn from cartoons. It seems like they're trying to play her as being evil.
Yeah, because the kid just wants to have his fun toy, like he's just having fun, and it's just a wizard and everything. And she's like, well,
oh, it wasn't Mormonism. I'm a fucking idiot.
That's what I thought, because I don't think that's a thing in Mormonism.
I thought so. Yeah.
That's what it was. I'm an idiot.
I didn't think
Why
the
did I say
Mormons were
Mormonism?
were a stickler on that stuff.
No.
They're usually quiet and just riding their.
They're
units.
Chris?
Yeah.
They
They go, hello.
They don't approve of the gays anymore.
The Mormons?
I didn't think they ever did.
Did they ever approve of the game?
They went back on it.
Because isn't Mormonism just essentially Jewish people is like Old Testament, Christians New Testament, and then Mormonism is like the third new fucking
that
book
Joseph
of the
Smith
Bible.
wrote, and, and then they took it away, and he couldn't rewrite
Well, he
it.
didn't
It would be
write-
slightly different.
He didn't write it.
discovered it.
God wrote it.
God wrote it,
can't
put it
bel-
on the golden
I
plates. He
can't-
dug
I
it up.
can't-
That's right.
I can't believe that's the actual story and everything too. That really is it. Is that here it is. I can only see it, and then.
And then they said, okay, if it's
his wife like takes it away and everything.
She said, if it's real, you'll be able to write it again.
Exactly, which perfect logic.
Right.
Takes it back. I can't read it, and God is very angry.
He's
so I
mad
have to
because you
read
took it
these
away,
now.
so it's different.
Oh, all right, I believe you.
Yeah, I don't.
Sure, why not?
South Park did the best job explaining Mormonism.
Which, by the way, that's not a joke. That whole
animated.
It's the same thing with Scientology.
Yeah,
they explain each religion, and it's very factual.
Yes,
it's correct.
Both of those were correct.
Well, I'm not saying like that stuff actually happened. It's
That's
fact.
correct.
No,
Scientology is real. Mormonism, all that stuff, that really happened.
Xenu's real.
Xenu.
Do you think Xenu
Warrior
listens to our
Princess?
No, that's Xena.
Xena on the Z sequel.
Wait, do you think Xenu listens to our podcast?
No.
You think he watches Let's Plays?
No.
Who's his favorite Let's Player?
He likes Let's Plays, but he doesn't like us. He wants to watch Pro Jared.
Xenu likes Pro Jared.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's his only subscription.
What else was in the Jehovah video though? Because that was the one was the wizard toy.
That was when she said Satan.
Yeah, and she
say in or Satan.
She said Satan because she has an accent. That's all.
Because the kid was so excited, like he's got a new toy and everything, and the mom is like, "You have to."
Is that the one where she goes? She sounds really passive aggressive, and she
that's
goes
what I was
like,
saying is that she's being really bitchy about it. And she smirks at the camera at one point, like, and she's like, "Would Jehovah like that? No. So what must we do for Jehovah? Throw it away."
Oh God!
And she throws it in the trash. Yeah. She's so happy. She goes, "I'm so proud of you." Oh. And the kid is just sad the whole time.
He's sad, and then his friend comes up to him and says, "Are you want?" Because it was the. No, that's a different one. I'm thinking of where he gets invited to go to an amusement park.
That's the Mormon one. The Mormon one is that he gets invited to go to a theme park on Sunday, but Sunday is a special day, so he can't go.
And then his friend comes and he's like, "So you ready to go?" And the kid's like, "I can't go." And he goes, "Okay, bye."
And what does he say? He's like, "I wonder if Tony wants to go." He says that.
That's right. That's
Tony.
I think that's more biting.
The kid is so fucking sad. It's all he can think about during school and everything too. He's so sad that he can't go, and he keeps like begging his parents, like, "Please, just this one time." And they're like, "We can't. Sunday's a special day," and they won't be specific.
They won't say why.
They keep saying Sunday's a special day.
They even set it up that it's supposed to be an explanation. He goes, "Why is it a special day?" And they just go, "Because it's a special day. Because it's a special day."
We stay inside. It's Sunday is special.
It was very disappointing. I'm sure that there's a reason if you were to actually explain it.
It's so depressing to watch it. The whole thing is really, really depressing.
No, I remember back in elementary school, like the only Jehovah's Witnesses I knew, they didn't celebrate holidays. So on the calendar where everyone's birthday would be, the Jehovah's Witnesses, their kids wouldn't be on the birthday calendar because they didn't celebrate birthdays, they didn't celebrate Christmas, they don't celebrate holidays.
That is. I have a friend. I used to have a friend. He was part of that, and he didn't get to celebrate nothing.
Yeah,
which is sad for me because I love holidays so much.
I know.
Halloween is my favorite thing in the world.
I think everybody's aware of that when they come by the apartment.
Chris made fun of me for.
You have a big fucking like pumpkin face.
The entire apartment is full of Halloween decorations.
Do you carve jack-o'-lanterns every year?
I missed it this year, and we still have the pumpkin.
We still have the pumpkin.
I know. Every time I come over, you show it to me. You say, "Do you want this?" The inside is probably a disgusting black rotten mess.
Is that what I sound like, Matt?
Yeah. Do you want this?
You know what you sound like?
What?
Fucking skeleton demon.
I sound like a skeleton demon.
Sound like Skeletor.
I wish I.
Skeletor.
We watched.
Was that Doug Walker? Sorry.
We watched the He-Man Christmas special. That was fun.
It was fun.
That was fun. They kidnapped 2 children.
I will say that they did.
Well, they did.
I want to make it clear my opinion on Filmation. I think they're really awful at what they do.
That's the same people that make Fat Albert, right?
Yes. But as with Fat Albert, it's always so crazy and weird that there's a huge charm to everything that they do. Everything that I've seen.
Like Illumination films.
I don't know if I'd say that.
I was not serious.
I
hope no one actually thinks I'm fucking serious.
But I've been.
You actually took that legitimately.
I had to think about it.
You had to think. Minions, Despicable Me.
I would probably like Despicable Me a lot more if it weren't for the theme. I have huge problems with the theming of Despicable Me. This is getting into super fucking nerd territory.
What's the theme? What's the theme that you have?
Overcoming cancer.
The idea, exactly.
Through overcoming cancer.
Because he's bald.
And he's trying to cure cancer. That's why all the minions are bald, because they're going through chemo too.
Yeah, exactly. It's the dropping the theme of evil in, like he's supposed to be. They always say evil. They don't say, oh, he's a mastermind thief, for example.
Yeah.
They say he's evil. Being evil in this universe just means you steal things It doesn't have anything to do with like being callous or hurting people or
elementary
anything.
school definition of a villain. Like,
And
I'm gonna go steal a candy bar.
I've always had a problem with that. It's like I feel like it's a really important thing to like not fool kids about like.
did you wish Gru could murder people? Like in the movie,
Well, yes,
the kid
but
in the, like the kid in the beginning, instead of popping his balloon, he just sticks the needle in the kid's eye.
I would be happy if that happened, but I
He pops
understand.
the kid's head like a balloon.
I understand they're not going to do that. I'd be really happy if they did.
Dude, he was having a
It's
bad
fine
day.
that they didn't, but
I wish there was more blood in it. Where was the blood?
it has nothing to do with anything in the story. The story it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I want to take advantage of somebody to do a thing. Oh, but it turns out I love them after all. Like, number one, it's a trite story. It's been done to death. And number two, it has nothing to do with any of these elements that they're setting up.
It's a movie for kids.
Well, at least, I mean, come on, Miranda Cosgrove was a voice in it, so that's
Was
a
she
plus.
really?
Yeah, she was one of the sisters.
Fuck, dude, I'm hard now.
Ugh.
Jesus.
By the way, I was trying to bring it up this whole time, but when you were talking about how 50 Cent and everyone, they were playing their game, it reminded me of how at E3 the one year they had, it was Ice-T. They had Ice-T for Gears of War, and they were showing off, like, this is the new Gears of War. We got Ice-T here to play it with us.
Why?
And he's just holding a controller wearing sunglasses, and he looks like really confused because he's not playing. It's one player.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's standing there on the side thinking, like, am I doing it?
I know.
And it reminds me of like handing the controller to your little brother, like, oh yeah, look, yeah, you're playing too. You're playing as the bad guys.
Every time
They probably just told him that.
He
and
probably
was just
believed it too.
Am I this giant monster right now? Shit, what am I doing?
Damn, I'm so good at this game.
Every time I see an interview or like one of these things, they're always wearing sunglasses. Is that just because they're high usually, or is it just because they
that
just want
sounds
to wear
likely.
sunglasses?
They always edited the footage of that E3 presentation because he was saying like,
Beep, beep.
Ice-T was saying like, they're finally bringing it back. They're bringing back the Morgorg.
The Horgorg? What are you talking?
He was trying to say horde mode,
Oh,
and he
okay.
says the Horgmorg.
The Horgmorg.
And he's
It sounds very ominous.
They should have named it Horgmorg after that.
Can I look up Horgmorg and see if I
don't
can
know if you'll
find
find it. That was the problem. It was really fucking funny when it happened live, and then when I went back to watch it, IGN, everybody who re-uploaded it, they all cut that. I'm wondering, like, did he come to them directly?
He might
Yo,
have
cut
said
that out. I
something.
did not say Horgmorg.
Listen up. I did not say Horgmorg, right?
He gets his friends Fiddy and Yayo to come in. Does Tony have his own solo thing going?
Yes.
What's it called?
Tony Yayo. He's just a rapper.
He has his own like music and shit.
Yeah.
You know, in Japan, he's Yayo Tony.
Is he really? No, I get the joke. I get the joke. You gave me such a disappointed look when I said, "Is he really?" You thought I was serious.
He's rolling his eyes right now.
Yayo Tony.
Matt, you fall for everything.
I don't. I knew that was a joke. Well, I fall for everything because you guys always say all this
Here we
stuff
go.
that's borderline believable.
Leave
Look at this.
leave the
Look at
poor
this
kid
right
alone.
Well, I mean, yeah, I fell for that and that, but
Because you guys are always
Don't tease him.
tricking me and making like goofs out of
Don't
me.
tease him. He looks so sad now.
hey, Fat Albert.
He's looking down at his thumb.
Fat Albert actually did say retarded. That did happen, Matt.
I believe that.
It was Ryan that didn't believe it.
I didn't believe it.
Ryan.
I'll watch the episode. I still am kind of like iffy about like the way you portrayed it. Like I don't believe they went. Doo! Like I don't think they did
Just
that.
you wait.
Just I wait. Are you like, oh, he's in for it.
Well,
He's gonna be
what's
proven
weird
wrong.
too? What's weird too about the kid is that he doesn't act.
No, he's just a normal kid, and sometimes
In fact, it's grossly exaggerated how it even is in real life because they're just like, oh yeah, he functions the same way. It's
An
just-
exaggeration of the mental illness.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're just saying everything's just slower for him. So it's like someone will say, "Oh hey," and he'll go, "Hi."
No, everything slower from him is like, hey,
delayed.
I'm Black Albert.
It's not Black Albert. It's Fat Albert.
Why don't they bring that series back?
they tried.
The
Oh,
first,
yeah.
the first episode.
was a
Never
movie.
mind. No, nothing.
The movie was
Why?
fucking atrocious. My favorite part about the movie is it ends with like a live action shot of Bill Cosby and his friends walking through a graveyard, and then it fades
Oh
to
my
black
God.
with Comic Sans that says what does it say? Directed by Bill Cosby or whatever.
And it was listing off all the real Cosby kids one by one too.
In
because-
Comic Sans, and
Yeah.
like it was a black background with
Which, by the way, the
Blue
Cosby
Comic
kids,
Sans.
the Cosby kids are based off of his actual friends. And I said this after we finished watching it too. Like, wow, I'd fucking hate to be Mushmouth or Dumb Donald or any of these people.
That's a big
look like a fucking idiot.
This is what people now know you as. Bill is making fun of you and put that on television. This is now who you are. Oh yeah, you're
for like 30 goddamn
Mushmouth.
years.
You're the one with the limp wrists and the buck teeth, and you're brain dead. That's what I think of you.
That's true. Did
Bill,
he get their permission?
Mushmouth. Yeah, you are fucking Mushmouth.
Did you think he got their permission first?
They looked really depressed.
Well, some of them were dead, though, right? Some of the original Cosby kids. So they never got to see the wonderful masterpiece of the live-action Fat Albert movie with Kenan Thompson.
They probably died while playing in the junkyard with Bill Cosby.
Yeah, they got tetanus.
If they were still alive, they'd need 2 dicks.
I he said that. I forgot he said that.
Said what?
Bill Cosby told Kenan Thompson, during like post-production of the Fat Albert movie, told Kenan Thompson, "Son, when this movie comes out, you're gonna need 2 dicks."
Don't you think that's weird? Like, you know, a movie when a character's at his top and he has like women around him. Do you picture Kenan Thompson dressed up as Fat Albert? Like, man, I've made it. I've made it to the big leagues. Leonardo DiCaprio, watch out, here I come.
He did a Fat Albert rap number. Remember that?
Yeah, that was.
Everyone was into him.
I made a lot of girls get into him.
He's gonna need 3 dicks.
Was it for Nickelodeon? Was it for like?
It was in the movie.
Was it for Choice Awards?
No, if I ever watch that movie with my girlfriend, I'm not letting her watch that scene.
What?
You loser.
Which
rap
scene?
The rap
yeah.
She might like him too much.
Oh yeah, you weren't there to see it. You
didn't come watch it with
Once
us.
you go Black Albert, you'll never go.
It's not
Back Albert.
Back Albert.
Back out.
They're all black. Is that what they're gonna call everybody? That there's Black Harold.
Ashy Harold.
That's the Proud family. That's the gross.
Oh my God.
That's true. That's true.
That's why they say they're blue in the Proud family, because they're ashy.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
Lotion. And Penny Proud needs some lotion. You know what I'm saying? Is that racist? Is calling them ashy racist?
Yes.
How's that racist?
No, it's going to be contrived to the same thing as saying nappy hair. It's going to be contrived to the same fucking thing.
No, Dave,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's legitimately racism. I'm not. Oh my God. I'm not saying it's legitimate racism. I'm saying it will be. Let me fucking talk. I'm saying it'll be contrived as racism and shit for it.
They're fucking blue.
Dave Chappelle did a sketch where they were like playing professional dice in the hood.
Yeah,
One of the guys
and he
was
would
like
blow into his hands because he was so ashy.
Yeah, and all that it would go in the air because he was so ashy.
What was his name?
It was like Ashy something.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
No, go on. What?
We watched the Kwanzaa special where
oh my God,
it's the angels of heaven who come by.
I think we've talked about the Kwanzaa special too much.
Everybody hates Chris at a Kwanzaa special.
Well, have we talked about it on the podcast though?
This podcast?
We watched it again.
We've never been on this podcast.
We've watched it again.
You haven't.
Okay,
your first time.
We watched it again recently, and it's even worse than I remembered it because we talked about it in a Crash Bandicoot episode. But it turns out also they were vegan. They're a homeless family who decided to be homeless, even though they don't need to be homeless. That's what they told them.
He has a job, but they're homeless.
Yes, and he also gambles. But
that's right.
But he doesn't care about material possessions. Also, they're vegan. Also, they really insist you people with your big house and your China and everything, you're so materialistic. We're above that. By the way, my husband's gambling on a sports game. By the way, can you give us money? Money? They're begging like the whole episode. Jeez. And then the one's advertising a book that she's obsessed with 24/7. Like that's the fucking episode. It's so weird. And it makes it come off like that's the message of Kwanzaa is give up everything that you own and just be homeless with your family because at least you have family. That's the message it gave off. It was really fucking weird.
Well, that's a lot of messages, though. Like, money isn't everything. Family's everything.
But they fucking gamble!
Who cares? Yeah?
Have you ever celebrated Kwanzaa?
Have you ever been to an arcade?
Do you know what emoji
You've gambled.
is? Do you know what emoji is?
Emoji?
I use emojis every day.
Yeah. And Harambe.
Oh my God.
That got ruined.
We're really sad that the Harambe meme thing happened because
Harambe
we got a big kick out of saying Harambe all the time.
That's tied to Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
So seeing that the gorilla has the Kwanzaa name now, it's like, okay, great. Now you can't ever do that again because the fucking gorilla ruined it. Yeah. Which, by the way, everyone on the internet, thank you, by the way. You really ran that one into the ground.
Is there any? There's no other way for a meme to die. It doesn't just slowly dissipate. It just again and again and again and again.
The perfect way of measuring if a meme is dead is if 10,000 Americans vote for them on the election
2016 election, one of the most historic elections of all time.
When it becomes funny to like moms on Facebook and shit, that's when you know it's gone a little too far.
Your mom texts you and say, "Wake up, Ryan, Harambe."
She texted me with a "Good morning, sweetie," and it was a picture of the kid being dragged by the gorilla.
With a little gorilla emoji.
Harambe kid?
What's his name? Do you know his name?
Ryan McGee.
What if his name was Ryan McGee?
Yes, I'm the little black kid that got dragged around.
No, what if his name turned out
He
to
wasn't
actually be
black! Now you're making assumptions. He's a little white child.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Harambe kid?
No, he
Wasn't
wasn't.
he?
He was not. He was not
He was
black.
a little-
I mean, he was not
Yeah,
white.
He was a little black
I
kid.
thought he was white.
I thought he was white. Look it up.
Okay.
Look it up.
He was white.
No, he's not.
I thought he was, but
I saw it so
He
many
was
times.
bald, and he was a little black kid.
He was white. He was white.
Nope.
I'm searching
If
Harambe
he,
kid.
if he's white, what are you gonna do?
say wrong.
What am I gonna do? If
What
he's
does that look like? What does that look like to you, Ding Dong?
it's a
Dingus?
conspiracy.
Come on, load the images. What? Oh, it's a little white kid, isn't it?
Wait.
Look at
you
that
have-
look on his face.
No, we have to. He has to say he's wrong.
I
He has
could
to.
have sworn.
Say you're wrong.
What? Come on, ding dong.
What's his skin color?
Ding dong. What color is this kid? Are you
Black.
trying to zoom in? It's like,
He's-
no, I think I see a white.
He's scrolling through a lot of
It's like
pictures.
there's a white pixel somewhere on
He's
this kid.
he's not black. He's brown.
No.
Why?
Is everything you know a lie now?
Why was it set
Look
up?
back
Why
at
did it happen?
Wait,
look
did
back
you-
at me and realize that
what?
I'm Asian.
The government set this up. They wanted the perfect joke to play out.
They wanted you to look like a goof. They're like, he's gonna think it's a white kid, and it'll ruin his credibility on Twitter.
Hold on, guys.
I think Obama planted that child.
I didn't know that Anonymous
He tapped
published
your phones, dude.
Anonymous published a chilling video demanding action against the Harambe child's parents. And this is a picture of the Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, two
Oh my
fucking years ago or
They got
whatever.
involved in this. Wow.
How long ago was
Isn't-
this
isn't
shit?
that
Not even a
fun?
year.
Isn't that fun, by the way? that
Really?
anyone
Not
can
a
post
year?
video like that. So someone who's morbidly obese just wearing the mask is like, hey, it's Anonymous here. I didn't like this video that you did on YouTube, and you're gonna have to take it down. Otherwise, we'll come after
We will
you."
not forgive. We'll not forget.
Well, we won't forget. We'll forget. Whatever.
We won't Legion. Fuck.
We won't Legion, yeah.
You saw us at the Scientology.
He says, "Buy a
nothing
dog."
happened."
Yeah, they always say like
Remember that?
you know, Anonymous always releases these videos though saying like you will feel our wrath like to Scientology or to Hillary Clinton or whatever, and then you just never see it happen though. That's the thing.
Yeah, not much has been really happening with that. As of
When was the last time Anonymous actually did something?
when they guessed Sarah Palin's password because they used her password hint, and then they said they were hacking when that's not hacking. I hate that, by the way.
That's the thing that people
I
say.
really hate when people consider that hacking when that's not hacking. That's because that was a security issue on your own end, and anyone easily could have done that.
Hacking requires coding.
Yeah.
Or like when you get on
You're
someone's
finding an
Facebook and say I
exploit.
hacked it.
You're breaking through and finding an exploit to take advantage of it. Like that's completely different, as opposed to, oh, she said her password hint is "Who am I married to?" Okay, gee, I wonder. That wasn't the password hint, obviously, but it was something really easy.
What was
that
it?
I forget. It was like something tied to family or like a pet or something.
Oh,
it was
it's like
easy to
rookie
come up
mistake
with.
number 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Listen, it's hard. It's hard to have an email address.
I understand.
Have you ever
that.
had one?
No.
It's hard, Matthew.
So this is which episode is this again? This is
I don't know. I don't know what order.
We don't know
recorded
the
a few,
orders
so I
of
don't
these
know.
podcasts yet, but it's
30
weird. It's
something.
weird how podcasts always come to an end.
I
Anyway,
know.
segue. We're ending this podcast now.
Thank you to our 2 guests, Ding Dong and Julian.
Why were you guys?
Thank you to our 2 guests, Matt and Ryan.
You're
thank you,
welcome.
Julian.
Why were you guys being so hard on black people this time? Like that was 50.
Check out their links in the
That was
description.
like 80% of the discussion.
You baited me into it.
Yeah, but your feelings are your feelings, Matt.
No.
Here comes Julian with the masturbation. he's pantomiming masturbation for some reason. I just look over.
Because he said baiting.
He said bait.
Get it?
Like masturbate.
I'm
The perfect ending! The perfect ending!
Hello. We are Super Mega
Yes.
Productions, and this is our Super Mega Podcast, also known as the Super Mega Cast.
Technically, we do have Super Mega Productions Incorporated.
Yeah?
Not a joke, but welcome to the podcast.
We smash small businesses for fun.
We do. And this is episode 37? Yeah, 37.
Yeah, 37.
Wow, that's holy shit. That's a lot of episodes. I mean, it's not that much.
It's
in
not
the long
50
run.
episodes, but it's
not 50.
It's 37.
37 that's too many to count on one hand. So
Wait, yeah, it is. I just
Can't
tried.
count that-
I just
that
tried. Let me
island.
try 2 hands. Nope, can't do it.
Can't do it. Not even 4 hands. Both of our hands put together?
All of our hands and feet put together?
Almost. You can do it. You can do
It
37.
would be 40, yeah. It would be 40.
So in, like 4 or 5 episodes from now, we'll be able to be like, hey, now there's an episode for every single digit in this room.
But we're not going to do that stupid shit because it's really fucking dumb.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a fun episode for you guys today or tonight. I don't know when you're listening to this. We have some stories to tell from recent times in our life.
Ring a ding ding, it may be Ming.
Yeah, that's all I'll say. So later on in the podcast,
you didn't say it. I said it. Don't take credit for my shit.
I'm sorry. Later in the podcast, we are going to give you some updates on that, and then also, just a lot of fun things here and there. Ryan and I have not seen each other in like
2 weeks.
More than that, like
3
half a
weeks.
month.
3 weeks.
More than 3 weeks, yeah.
What? More than 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Nuh-uh.
You were gone for a week, and I was gone for
2 weeks.
Yeah. I guess
Not 3
2.5
weeks.
weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah,
just round it. A sizable time because we usually see each other every day, every morning.
We're up each other's ass
every
day.
night. We see each other. We drive to work together in the mornings. We say good morning, and then at nighttime we go good night.
Yeah.
Then we go night night.
Wow, oh my God, you guys are so cute. No, it's because we're fucking roommates and friends, and we have a YouTube channel together and coworkers.
It's strictly because we have a YouTube channel together. We wish each other good night.
Yeah, but anyways,
you were gonna. I think before we started this podcast, you said you were gonna bring up vacations.
It's all I've ever wanted.
And
Vacations, gotta get away.
Vacation's all I ever wanted.
Vacation's time to get away. Yeah, we both.
Vacation's all I ever need anymore.
Yeah, we both went on vacation to different locations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you plan that one?
Yes.
Did you really?
No.
Oh.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It rhymed.
Oh, no, I thought you meant that I planned that we went on vacations to different locations.
Did you plan my vacation for me, Matt?
Yeah,
I didn't check.
I made your itinerary. I bought you the ticket. I dressed you up the morning you had to go to the airport, and I told you how to fly a plane. How to ride on a plane, not fly a plane.
You just told me to go to the airport, and I ended up in Mexico. That was weird.
And I went to the airport, and I ended up in Japan.
What a weird difference.
Yeah, I finally did it. I went to Japan, the place that I've always wanted to go, and I've always thought is super cool. And Ryan, where did you go?
I went to Mexico.
Went to good old Mexico?
I just went to Mexico. That's where I went.
It's pretty exciting.
Went to Cabo. It was nice. I got to relax a little. It was fun. Okay. Christian's cool.
Yeah, Christian he's a stand-up guy, and I like to make fun of him a lot. If his parents are listening to this, they'll hate me even more. But I went to go visit my good friend Christian because he's going to study abroad. If you know what I'm saying, he's going to go study abroad in Japan.
Women.
So he's there. So he's never been to Japan, and I was like, I want to go. And he said, hey, he went, dude, I he went, I'm not gonna do the voice I do to make fun of him.
Hey, Matt,
it's Christian. Oh my God, he's gonna listen to this and
friend,
he's gonna kill me. Anyway, Christian was like, let's go to Japan, and then before I start classes, we can just go, explore Japan and have fun. So that's what we did. And I went.
He sent you a letter. You received it, and it was Pocky lined up in a row, and it said on each one they had a single word, and it all read out, "Will you come to Japan? Will you come to Japan me with?"
You messed it up.
Yeah.
Imagine having like a wedding proposal that's all cute and stuff, and you fuck it up astronomically. Like, "Will marry you me?"
Will marry you me, Dad?
Like the skywriter writes it backwards or something, so it's completely mirrored.
The skywriter's just writing it the other way.
Or he's like slightly too far away, and there's a hill in the way, and it's all hazy. And it's like, well, what does that say? Nothing. Never mind.
Could you imagine if a guy jumped out of a plane to hold up a thing to propose to his his girlfriend at the time? She's looking through binoculars because, like, yo, he told his friend, hey, look through these binoculars and you'll see me holding a sign falling from a plane that says, will you marry me? She's like, and he's like, okay, I'll definitely tell her.
I'll get her to look through the binoculars at the sky.
Yeah, and she'll see it. But then he, like, falls and his parachute doesn't open. And he splatters to the ground, and his blood splatters. Will you marry me?
It's a great idea.
There's
Ryan.
a little frowny face that's sprayed in as well.
How the hell would he set it up so his blood splatters? Will you marry?
It was an accident. That's just by chance. That's just like sheer luck. It's like it's like that guy that got struck by lightning like so many fucking like over 10 times.
There's got to be something up with him. Like something with his body is different that attracts fucking lightning to strike him 10 times in his life.
His name's Rod. Did you like that one too?
Yeah. Hey!
I'm throwing them out here.
Dude, that one's good. That's
I'm throwing
pretty
them out
good.
there big time.
But back to vacation, Ryan. Let's start off with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about Mexico?
It was nice. It's relaxing. It's my favorite thing was getting intoxicated, then going out to local taco stands and
Getting intoxicated.
Whoa!
That's funny stuff.
It is. Believe it or not, my favorite taco was not the chicken taco or the steak taco.
Okay.
It was the sausage taco.
Sausage taco.
There's this taco stand.
It's called chorizo, right?
Yeah,
that stuff.
It's
Chorizo.
really fucking good.
So good.
There's something about it, and some of the taco stands have their own little sauces out there.
Ooh, dude, I am such a sucker for special sauces that you can only get in one place because usually they're so good. And chorizo I like chorizo because that's what people make breakfast bowls with the eggs and the peppers and that stuff. That is delicious. It's so good. Chorizo.
I had an alcoholic beverage.
With chorizo.
There was something, I can't remember the name of it, but tell me if this makes sense. It's made with lemonade and Corona, and they say it tastes like mother's milk.
That's Mike's semi-hard lemonade. That's Mike's firm lemonade.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's a good one, right?
I just like the feel of being there. It was nice. I got to ride an ATV in the Mexican desert and then on the beach, which was really fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. I got bullied into giving a Mexican woman $20.
What?
This guy on the street, he was like, hey, man. I was like, hello, hombre. I'm kidding. Anyways, I was like,
hola, hombre.
I was like, hola, hombre, my dude.
Buenos dias, senor.
He was like, como se dice? I was like, what up, coconut bro? And then,
what?
Anyways, so there's this guy on the street, and they have a lot of people trying to, I guess, advertise for bars and stuff in the area. So he was like, hey, we got a deal at our bar right now. It's going to be $5 for 2 beers and a shot. And I was like, okay, I'll do that, because I was walking around town. I was people watching. I was having a good time. And so we enter this building, and he sits me down in this chair that smells like wet dog and kitty litter.
Oh, God.
It was disgusting.
Those are two terrible smells.
I know. And it was.
You have a dog and I have a cat, so I know what both those things smell like.
It was disgusting.
They smell fucking putrid.
I looked around, and then, near the end of the room, I saw, a pole, and oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
And so, just before I was about to get up, the guy comes back.
With a gun, and he goes, pole dance, bitch.
No, he comes back, and he has this girl, this stripper, I guess. And he's like, hey, he said that he liked you. And I was like, no, I did not say that. But of course I can't say that because then I'd seem rude. I don't know. My mind works weird. I'm like, I said no, thank you. he was
no, thank you.
I was like, no, thank you.
No, por favor.
And so I was like, I'm just leaving. I wanna just leave. And he's like, but you didn't even drink. Wait a second. Do you not like the girl?
Oh.
And I was like, what? And he kind of got in my way as I was trying to leave. He's like, that's very rude. I think you hurt her feelings.
Ooh, dude, I hate this shit. I hate it.
And I was like, I'm sorry, I guess. And I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. It was just, I was just felt back. You know how I am. I have I get very anxious easily in social situations.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't even get that nervous in social situations, but shit like that, it makes me fucking no.
And so he's like, why don't you give her $20 so she can have a drink and then you can go on your way?
Oh,
I was like, and I just gave him $20 and went away. Who am I gonna do? Am I gonna go to the Mexican police that are carrying fucking scars and shotguns and shit and be like, this guy made me give $20 to a stripper? Help me!
It's like 20 American dollars?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, do they accept American money in Mexico?
Yeah. A lot of, yeah.
Yeah, when I was in Jamaica, you could use both. You could use American or Jamaican money. That's once, it freaked me the fuck out. Dude, I hate situations like that. And he's like, it's to buy her a drink. She never saw that money. Because she's part of the plan.
Yeah.
How old was she?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
No, how old did she look?
How old did she look?
Was she middle-aged or
she was
20 or?
She was probably 30s, early 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I mean, you could have easily landed with that.
I could have.
Kind of ashamed you didn't, but
if she was a mother, I would have had a better chance. I will raise your child in America.
You should have said listen, I'll take that baby over here, and I'll let Trump be the president
before
of it.
that wall is built. I'll get your baby across the border. Should make a documentary about me, Ryan and the Mexican baby.
Ryan and the Mexican baby. I'd see it. If that came to theaters, I'd see it. Man, wait, do you have any? Did you bring any pesos?
Do I have
back?
any Mexican children on me?
Did you bring any
I don't.
pesos back?
No, I spent them all. But pesos are so fucking cool. They're so colorful and beautiful. I love them. Yeah, green, pink, orange, blue.
Okay, same with yen. So, like, I'm just gonna say it. American money is the most fucking boring money on the planet.
We've discussed this before. It sucks.
Have we? Have we talked about this on the podcast?
You and I have either discussed it on the channel or discussed it privately, but we have talked about this before.
Well, I will say, for a second time, if I've said this before, American money is so boring. It looks so old, and it's just a bunch of old farts on it, and they're just like all these like intricate.
They all have
designs.
bad haircuts.
Yeah, they
do. It's not even their hair.
Get a fade, man.
Did Ben?
Ben Franklin doesn't even really have hair.
Was that had to be his hair? He didn't wear a wig that made him look bald.
Is he wearing a wig on the $100 bill, or is it...
No? It'd be covering his big old bald spot.
No, you know those like wigs they wore, the white ones, the powdered ones. I think they only wore those during ceremonies and shit. Like how judges wear. That's so stupid. How judges wear those wigs still.
No.
Some of them do.
Some of them do?
Yeah, so like, think about how goofy they have to feel sticking that up. Yeah,
There's no fucking way judges still wear that shit. You're saying
not all judges, but
not most judges don't wear that shit.
I think like the high.
I'm talking about like SNL cast members dressed as judges. Yes,
no.
that.
Like the Supreme Court, I think wears those.
Pull up a picture.
My phone's in the other room charging.
My phone's in the other room too.
Fuck.
Now there's just gonna be a bunch of comments to a question we already looked up.
And they're gonna be like, Matt's completely wrong, which maybe I am.
Matt,
I don't know.
Matt, stop hating on him.
I'm sorry. I love you guys. I love you. But sorry, we went off on that tangent. What even got me on that tangent?
Money.
Oh, the people on the money.
How amazing pesos and yen are.
I think that the coolest money I've ever seen is the Canadian dollars.
They smell like
maple syrup.
Yeah,
that's so cool. And they're all colorful and plasticky and have clear spots. But yen's pretty cool. It's really easy to spend a lot of money and not realize it because
pesos has clear spots.
Pesos have clear spots. It's so cool. It's super hard
on
to
some of the money. I don't know if all.
Like with yen, the first paper money is equivalent to like $10. So $5 and $1, they're coins. And being an American, change feels so kind of not worthless, but you only use change for like small things. But in Japan, it's like, oh, I have a handful of coins. It doesn't feel like that's a lot of money, but it actually is because you can have $9 in change in your hand. It's just a couple coins. So you feel like you can buy all this stuff and then realize like, oh wait, that was actually $9, and I thought that was just a handful of change. So, yeah, but it's pretty easy to convert yen. All you gotta do is pretty much move the decimal place two over. So something 1,000 yen is gonna be like 982. It's gonna be pretty similar.
With pesos, I just did like 20 pesos to $1.
Oh, okay, 20 pesos to $1.
But it's more like 18 or something like that dollars. But I just rounded it to 20.
Yeah, it's like 90 something yen to $1. Mm-hmm. So it's super easy to calculate stuff.
It just takes like a day to kind of get used to.
Yeah, same. You know, I couldn't get used because in Japan they drive on the left, and which means they also walk on the left. So they walk on the opposite side of the sidewalk, which I could not get used to. I kept like I'd walk out of a store and be like, shit, oh fuck, and I'd have to get on the left. And then sometimes people just obviously like every society break the rules and walk on the wrong side. So I'd walk on the wrong side too, and then it's just very confusing.
Did all of them look surprised when they saw a white boy?
A tall white boy?
They're like,
yeah.
What is that?
There were the only people.
Did they start poking you with sticks and shit?
Yeah, they started poking with sticks and going,
whoa! They started like stretching your cheeks and like
touching my hands,
like opening your mouth and inspecting your teeth.
No,
wow.
that did happen to a degree, and it was only with little old ladies. not the teeth inspecting and the stick poking.
You had an old lady just crawl up your back like a monkey and just woo.
I did see monkeys. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Did you just connect old Asian ladies to monkeys?
No, because you said they crawl up like monkeys, and I said
they do crawl like monkeys.
They don't crawl like monkeys.
What if I showed you a video of just every Asian woman in the shot that was just like
crawling like monkeys down the street,
like Tarzan, like swinging from chandeliers and shit. Do they have chandeliers in Japan?
I didn't see any chandeliers, but that's not a strictly American.
We don't have chandeliers in Japan.
There's one thing they don't have. The Japanese don't have chandeliers.
They just don't get them. They just don't understand them.
Yeah, but old ladies would always look at me and be like, skinny, which means tall. So that happened all the time. And then a guy that worked at 7-Eleven was like, oh, the guy. And I was like, huh, yeah. Going back to what the Japanese don't have, there's two things. They don't have trash cans.
Diversity.
That's, yes. But they don't have trash cans out in public. They don't use trash cans, like, ever.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, you can't find trash cans anywhere.
Where do you throw away your trash?
You don't. You keep it with you and throw it away when you get home. Therefore, there is no trash on the ground anywhere in the city. The subways, city, you can't find trash on the ground. It's, like, not there.
If you took away trash cans, Americans would just start throwing their trash on the ground?
Exactly. But because it's, like, because the whole Japanese society is based on, like, respect for each other and respect for, you know, society and nature. They don't, like, they just, that's not a thing you do.
I'd like to have the freedom to disrespect my environment. Thank you.
Dude, the Japanese do not have freedom. When I went there, I was shocked. There's no freedom there. They don't have freedom.
They don't?
No. The other thing Japanese don't have is they have it, but it's very rare.
A good sense of humor.
Yeah. Yes. A set of good looks, let me tell you. Like, in public bathrooms, there's nothing to dry your hands with. There's no paper towels, which I get is like, yeah, cutting the waste down, but most bathrooms wouldn't have hand dryers either. I'd wash my hands, and there'd be nothing to dry my hands on. And especially because it was really cold when I was there. I went into a bathroom that was half outside. It was kind of like an outdoors bathroom, and I got my hands all wet, and then it was freezing cold outside, and I had nothing to dry them on, so it sucked.
But everyone's asshole is pretty clean, as you mentioned.
Oh my God. Yes, like, because the toilets, they spray your ass with hot water, and it is heavenly. What's it called, a bidet, I think?
Yeah.
It's
the French have it.
Yeah, Europe has it, I think.
No, just the French.
Oh, just the French? French have everything.
Someone's gonna be like, Ryan, it's not just the French.
No, actually, here's a list of countries that use it. Dude, bidets, I don't know why we don't have that in America. Like, holy shit.
Because America's free. We have the freedom to have a clean ass or not. You can buy a bidet if you want to. We're the only country that gives you the freedom
to have a really dirty
ass.
Seriously, I realize that. I feel like countries that don't have bidets. I never thought of it until I went to a country with a bidet. I feel like countries that don't have that, everyone's walking around with a shitty asshole.
Yeah, they're living large.
Dude, you know, toilet paper doesn't living free. Toilet paper does not get all that shit. But when you wipe and then you spray with hot water, that shit's squeaky clean, man.
Does it feel good?
Feels amazing.
Did it ever hit the little peanut up there?
No comment.
Whoa.
No, it didn't.
Water massage therapy.
It is wonderful though. It's just hot water on your ass.
That's another thing about Mexico. The sex trade there is like fucking like
it is fucking.
It's yes. But it's so blatant. It's in your face. For instance, almost every massage parlor in like Cabo or whatever, there's like women standing out. And there was this one time this old white man was walking by and they were like, "Do you want a massage?" And he's like, "No, they gave me a better deal at the other place." And they're like, "How much they offer you?" And he's like, "Oh." So he haggled for a happy ending.
Nice.
With some massage enthusiasts.
Good for him, dude.
And then there's something else. I forgot.
Wait,
but it's super just blatant and in your face.
Like Vegas. How compared to Vegas?
Vegas, it's not legal though.
Yeah, but they still like kind of throw it in your face.
Yeah.
Is it kind of the same Mexico?
Just with real people, and they don't have to put it on cards and billboards. It's just you want sex. Here's the sex.
Here's some sex.
Do you want the sex? Come here and find out if you want sex.
I'll go over and find out. I went to a Sento, which is a Japanese. It's like a public bathhouse where people go to get clean and then like relax in hot tubs. Which it's like a big steamy room with a bunch of different types of hot tubs.
Did you show off your Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah. No, so my buddy Christian and I, we went to one, and we get there, and we got our bathing suits, and we're in the locker room, and then this naked Japanese guy walks in, and I peek into the room, like, where all the baths are, and I just look, and the first thing I see is a penis, and I was like, oh, Christian, we have to be naked to go in there. This is not a bathing suit thing, and I got out my phone. Turns out, those are all fully nude. Like, you don't wear bathing suits in these things. It's just a bunch of naked guys. So, Christian could not stop laughing. We got naked.
What?
Listen, so we get naked. And it's like, of course, it's a little uncomfortable because, you know, I've known Christian like half my life, but we've never been naked around each other, even though we were roommates for a year. We've never been fully nude like that. So all of a sudden, we're standing there fully naked, and there's naked Japanese men walking in, like dripping wet, and Christian just starts laughing. And I'm like, Christian,
God,
stop.
Oh my God,
stop laughing. And so he like pulls it together, And then we walk into the room that is right before the sliding doors that go into the bathroom. And he starts laughing again while someone's walking by. And I'm like, Christian, stop. Because the bathhouses are also famous for
killing people if they laugh.
The Yakuza, the Japanese mafia.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, Christian, you do that in here, dude?
If you laugh at a Yakuza dick, they're going to kill you.
Yeah.
If you laugh at a Yakuza member's penis, they will fucking murder you.
Dude, they're crazy powerful. It's the biggest organized crime syndicate in the world. Biggest mafia in the world. And they, like, run Japanese politics and businesses and everything. Like, they dominate it. They also run the porn industry, which is Japan's biggest export. But
do they have tattoos?
Yeah, they all got
Yakuza tattoos.
Got those crazy. I didn't see anyone with tattoos while I was there. So I didn't see any Yakuza people.
You're not. It wouldn't be. Well, because isn't it kind of looked down upon?
Super looked down.
Like, if I'd have to cover my tattoos.
Yeah, you like to go to a public bathhouse, you'd probably have to wrap it up.
Yeah, and I just have to be like, yeah, injury.
Well, I think if they see that, they know it's like, oh, well, at least he's trying to cover it up. So
yeah,
I saw a dude actually I saw a white guy with a tattoo in the bathhouse, but the bathhouse was me, my buddy Christian, and probably 15 or 20 naked Japanese men over the age of 50, and that was it. And it was wonderful because it was just a bunch of big hot tubs. So I love hot tubs, and they had an electric one where the water shocks you while you're in it, which I got in.
What?
Yeah, the water.
Shocks you?
Yeah, there's like electricity. They have metal bars in the water that. Yeah, the whole time you're in it, it's shocking you, and it's not like a bad shock, but I got in and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This is weird because you're getting shocked.
Yeah.
Not to the point where it hurts, but you can still feel it. And if you get close to the walls, because there's metal in them to conduct the electricity, your muscles start to like contract and do this and everything.
Oh.
And it kind of hurts if you get close enough. And then after I got out, my hands were tingling. And then there was a hot tub it was like brown water. It was medicine water that's vitamins and everything.
Yeah.
And they had a cold one and ones with waterfalls. I ended up going 3 times total because it was so.
The bathhouse?
Yeah, because it's so nice.
Did you feel like the big man on campus?
Nope. Ryan, I have a small fucking penis.
Yeah, that is true.
I did see
Did
one.
you see a big honker there?
No.
No big honkers?
No big honkers. I did see a Japanese man. Whose penis was
You saw a Japanese man?
I did see a Japanese man. His penis was so small, I could not see it through his bush.
Aww.
Not that I was, checking out these Japanese men's penis. It was just an observation.
Well, that would have had to require a double take. You didn't make that observation on the first glance.
Yeah, and also, not to mention, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He was 70 years old, 60 or 70, so, he doesn't really need it anymore. I'm sure it wasn't always that small, but there you go.
How old are you when you stop becoming, like, super sexually active?
Probably 40.
What?
I don't know. Well, like, you're a human.
I thought 40 is, like, when you go through your big horny stage.
For women, because they hit menopause. Not at 40. Like, 50, they'll hit menopause or something.
And then, like, men, when they're that age, they're like, oh, I gotta fuck all these women before I can.
Are they? Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Right, men?
Well, men are obviously...
I don't know.
I remember when I was a kid...
I just picture being 40 and just being like, my penis isn't gonna work anymore after this. I need to fuck any man, woman, and...
Yeah, Ryan? I remember I had a sex ed book as a kid that...
Congratulations.
It taught me about the birds and the bees, and I just remember there was like a Q&A section, and it was like, do old people have sex?
Yeah?
It's like, yes, old people enjoy having sex just as much as young people, and do it regularly. So, apparently, that's always stuck with me. So I've always been like, yeah, I guess old people fuck.
They have to.
Yeah, I guess they do. It's something like you don't really think about, but old people fuck.
Unless they'll get mad at each other.
So if you're listening to this and you're maybe you're in your 20s or 30s and your parents are getting elderly, they still probably fuck. So
just think about that.
Just think about that one.
Think about your parents having sex.
I'm sure that right now within a 5-mile vicinity of where we're recording this podcast, there's at least one old couple having sex.
Yes, 100%. Do you know how dense it is? You could probably say there's...
In a 1-mile radius.
Yeah. It's so dense where we live. There's got to be at least one old...
There's a lot of old people in Glendale. Dude,
Yeah.
Japan. It's just so many old people. It's just old people everywhere. So many older people. So many old people everywhere. Just old people. So many old people.
You can't... There's one over here. There's one over there. So many old people, you can't even count them. Come to Japan. Too many old people. Let's go. Let's have this trip. Come on. There's an old person right there. There's an old person eating ramen. There's an old person dead. Holy shit. Someone help that person. Anyways, back to the old people.
I saw 2 homeless people the whole time I was there in Tokyo, like the biggest city in the world. 2 homeless people.
We have so many
no many homeless people.
No homeless people, no homosexuals, just a bunch of old people.
That's not true. I did see some homosexuals. I will say that.
Were they whipped in the streets?
No, that's fine in Japan.
Is it?
They were whipped in the streets.
I don't know how
That's a third world country.
I don't know how other countries deal with
Japan's not one of those like. Oh man, yeah, but at nighttime, like on Friday night, the subways are just.
Is it not like is it like super open and like okay?
Not like America, but I don't think it's looked down upon. I mean, obviously Japan is not as caught up progressively when it comes to stuff like sexuality and stuff as America would be.
Oh, because we're so caught up, Matt.
But
you know that's gonna happen.
But they're not.
Or it was.
It's not like super shameful. I don't think.
I didn't actually think they would whip them in the streets.
No, I totally know. Unlike maybe Jamaica, they might do that.
Yes.
Or the Dominican Republic or Congo. Is that a country? Is Congo a country? Congo is a country.
I've heard of the Congo.
That's a country, right? The Republic of Congo.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just always heard of like the Congo as in like a certain area. I didn't know it was.
I don't know.
Legit. Okay.
Nigeria. They'd whip them in the streets probably.
Would they?
Matt, you mean fucking racist? No, never mind. But yeah, I had a good time. I saw a lot of old people. To wrap that up.
So many old people.
So many old people.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
See a lot of old people in Mexico?
A lot of old women making little crafts, trying to sell them. Oh my God, I had for breakfast. It was so good. It was so good. I don't care if anything I say is not inherently a Mexican dish. I don't give a shit. I'm talking about the food I ate on vacation. It was What are those?
Dude, I had too.
There's I'm trying to think. It's a brunch food. It's a type of brunch food. What is it?
That is not.
It's on an English muffin.
Eggs
they have
Benedict.
a special. Yeah, I had a lobster eggs Benedict.
Oh my God!
It was so fucking good.
That sounds amazing.
That was like that in the sausage taco was my favorite fucking thing.
Lobster eggs Benedict. That's making me. I'm about to make some hollandaise sauce in my pants.
They had I had French toast with some nice bananas on top, and the French toast was stuffed with cream cheese.
Dude, if we're talking about breakfast foods, I had Japanese pancakes.
I'm so jealous of those fucking fluffy pancakes.
Yeah, they're like 2 inches thick. They're souffle Japanese premium pancakes. I went to a cafe to get, where it's these 3 small pancakes that are like 1 inch, 2 inches thick, and they're so fluffy. And they melt in your mouth the second it goes in your mouth. It just kind of dissolves because it's so fluffy. Best pancakes I've ever had.
There's a place that made guac in front of us, and they have that here in the U.S. But like it's like
guac.
But it's like a legitimate it's a legitimate Mexican restaurant in Mexico, and it was really cool and like
that's awesome.
It was really nice. But after every meal, I had to go lay down and sleep for hours
because it's just so
it's heavy. I mean, think about it. Every time you eat Mexican, what do you feel like afterwards?
Oh.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, every time I ate.
But it's worth it because it's so good.
100%.
I love Mexican food. I had the best ramen of my life in Japan. And that's the thing.
I have good ramen.
Dude, I'm not even.
There's a lot of good ramen in Glendale. Well, there's one good place that I really like.
Well, LA just has a lot of good ramen. But, oh my God. Here's the thing. You're gonna criticize me, whatever.
Probably am.
I'm not the biggest fan of ramen. I like ramen, but I'm not often that in the mood for it. But in Japan, it was so. What you do is they have machines you go up to, and you put some yen coins in, and you select what ramen you want, and it gives you a little ticket, and you give that to the person at the counter. And when you sit down, you've already paid and everything, and they bring out the ramen, and it's so fucking good, dude. I took pictures of every ramen I ate because it looked so delicious, and I was like, I need to remember this.
There's this place down the way in Glendale. And we need to go because I'm craving it, actually. I wish it was open till midnight because then we could go after I'm done editing this podcast. Yippee, yay, hello. Yeah. And it's essentially just make your own ramen. Like, it's like, you know how picky I am?
Yeah.
It's just like, you just tell them what you want in it. And like, you can exclude whatever you want. You can add in whatever you want. It's really good. And the broth is like super, it's like thick and good. It's not like that. I don't like ramen where it's watery broth. I like that, where it's light brown broth.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I totally know what you're saying. That's how it was in Japan.
God, that place is good.
I'm not a fan of bamboo in ramen or just food in particular. I don't like
me neither.
bamboo.
I don't like a lot of things. I don't like ginger.
Oh, I love ginger. Oh, holy shit. On that topic of ginger, it reminded me I went to some amazing sushi restaurants. I only went to rotating bars. I didn't go to an actual like high-end sushi restaurant, which I probably should have.
You should have.
But I went to a rotating sushi bar couple where they put wasabi on almost all of it before. Like, you don't put wasabi on, they put wasabi on.
Really?
And it's real wasabi, because what we have in America is not. Usually it's horseradish that's colored green. That's what most wasabi is. But in Japan,
it's got to be a little more than just horseradish.
Yeah, of course.
Green.
But in Japan, it's full 100% wasabi, and you know the difference. If you've
it's got to be good though.
Have you ever had real wasabi?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, the second it touches your tongue, it just clears your whole sinuses and your eyes start watering. It's like a brain freeze. You get kind of like a brain freeze sensation because sometimes I'd get something with a shit ton of wasabi and it would hit my tongue and I would chew and it would spread throughout my mouth and I would get this shooting pain all throughout my head. My eyes would just, tears actually coming down my face sometimes just from one sushi.
It's a rush though. It's nice.
Oh no, it felt
delicious.
It felt amazing. I don't know why. It feels good. But it just, I was like, that was so good. And everything I got had wasabi on it and I really liked it. Because I didn't like wasabi really before I went to Japan.
I'm kind of sad. I haven't found a place in LA where I've been like, that's the sushi place I'm going to for sushi every time. Besides Kahlua, probably.
Yeah, Kula. That's
Kula, whatever.
Kahlua, the liquor.
Yeah.
Kula. That Kula. It's in Little Tokyo.
I mean, it's all right, but like,
I love it.
I still feel like I don't have that place where it's like that's where I want to go every fucking time.
Kula's that place for me.
Yeah.
I love Kula.
It's probably because I've only been there once since the renovation, but sometimes it was hit and miss. Yeah. Sometimes because before the renovation, I don't know.
I went with Chris and Ding Dong and Julian, and we. Oh my god. We just split it 4 ways, and Ding Dong and Julian, they can both put down a lot of food. Which is ironic because Ding Dong's pretty thin.
Whoa, you can't release his personal info.
But it can't. It was so. We didn't realize how much sushi we were eating, and it came out to be really expensive between the 4 of us. Fucked up.
Okay, want to go to Kula this weekend?
Yes, let's go to Kula this weekend.
Let's get some ramen this weekend.
They're gonna listen to this podcast and be like, "Oh, let's go to Kula this weekend. See if we can see Matt and Ryan."
Oh fuck. You won't, because we'll pick a weird time. Or we'll pick
a normal time.
Who knows?
We just won't go to Kula at all.
So fuck you, and fuck your fucking computer, and fuck your parents.
Fuck you!
Alexa! Hey, Alexa! Yeah, fuck you.
Alexa, order toilet paper.
Hey, Alexa, bang their dad.
Alexa, play 311.
Alexa, play the Lion King soundtrack, track 3.
And then play 311.
And then play Beastie Boys. Play the whole Beastie Boys fucking, what's it called, catalog.
Alexa, sell my private internet history.
Alexa, off.
People that don't know what Alexa is, are just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Who are they talking to? They're talking to me. My name's Alexa.
Some girl named Alexa who has no idea about the Amazon Alexa products. Like, wow.
That's why I'm glad that no products I get Alexa. That's gonna be a product name, but there's not gonna be a famous product called Ryan. Like, you know, there's not gonna be that product.
Matthew.
So I feel pretty safe, and like I could never picture someone. Hey Ryan, order me a Coke. Like, it just doesn't. No one's gonna fucking do
weird.
that. Ryan's the only business I've seen of Ryan's is Ryan's Buffet in South.
What happened to Ryan's Buffet?
It sucked and it closed.
It's a chain, you know. It's like around the country.
Well, it sucked in South Carolina.
I never see them. I haven't seen one in like 5 years.
They just didn't get the customers they used to get.
It was my favorite.
I used to love Shoney's. Shoney's was a good breakfast buffet.
I've never been to Shoney's, I don't think.
But you know what? Speaking of Asian food, you know what I'm craving, and I won't be able to have probably for a year, maybe.
What?
And I won't be able. It's been almost a year or more since I've had it. Mama Kim's.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I miss Mama Kim's.
That's a restaurant that's in Charleston, South Carolina. That's downtown Charleston. It's a
good
Korean
old King
restaurant.
Street restaurant.
It's so goddamn good. It's like a bowl of rice with steak or chicken or shrimp or whatever. And then there's this
white sauce,
which they don't do anywhere else except I think the South. That's like a Southern Japanese food thing. Yeah, that's what my sister said.
I love going to Miyabi's and getting the white sauce.
Oh my god!
Saying no vegetables and they give you super extra rice. Yum!
I love the vegetables. I love it all.
Fuck you.
Okay, yeah. Fuck me for my preferences in Japanese cuisine.
If you think differently than me, then you are my enemy.
Yeah, but overall, the food in Japan was unbelievable.
I figured out how I'm gonna get through a long flight and finally come with you to Japan.
How?
I'm gonna stay up 24 hours beforehand, and then once I get on the plane, I'm gonna sleep for probably 9 to 10 hours. Maybe wake up every now and then, but I'm gonna sleep hard.
Sleeping on planes is hard.
And then I'll only have to not for me, dude. I can if I'm tired, I can. On the way to Mexico, I fell asleep. Like I remember this moment kind of. I just remember the last thing. Well, okay, the last thing I remember was closing my eyes and hearing the plane kind of build up to take off. And
wow.
And then I woke up when we were landing, like taxiing in. I was like,
yeah, so
really nice.
I took Air China, which was total a 13-hour flight.
How was China, by the way?
Yeah, I'll talk about China. Well, first I'll talk about Air China because it took me to China. The first class seats on planes that go over the Pacific, because they're huge planes. They're massive planes. I've never been on a plane like one that goes around the world.
Did you fly first class?
No, it's expensive as hell. I always do economy, no matter. Even if I had a lot of money, I'd still probably do economy, just because I don't really care. But first class, you could lay down and stuff.
What?
They had their own. It was crazy. But I flew to China. The flight, honestly, overnight was not that bad. It went by way faster than I thought. I did sleep a lot of it, but went to China, went to Beijing. It was like early morning when I got there, when the sun rose, and I got a lot of cool videos of the sun rising in China. And it's cool. If you look at the window of the plane, Beijing is very. Oh, it looks very. All the buildings are the same.
It looks like sad.
Yeah, it was kind of sad looking. It's very socialist looking. If you take what it looks like is they would take one building design, and then make 8 of them and put them all next to each other, and then take another building design, make 8 of them, and put them all next to each other. So there was never just one building. There were multiple of the same building, always next to each other. It looked super communist. It was really cool though. And then the water, okay, everyone's like, I'm about to do a water review, because I don't like LA water, and we talk about South Carolina water and comparing it. I can say this, Japan had the best water I've ever had, because I think Japan
Okay, well, did you look up facts about Japanese water?
I read that Japan has the cleanest water in the world. I don't know how true that is, but I did read that they have the cleanest water in the world.
Was that from, like, Asians, r/Asia's great, and nobody can say otherwise?
Maybe, I don't know. I just heard they have the cleanest water in the world. Imagine South Carolina water. Because, South Carolina is very clean, but it has that kind of earthy taste.
Yeah.
Imagine simply South Carolina's water, how good that is. Cut out any earthiness, and that's just what it tastes like. It was so crisp and clean and smooth.
Kind of like Fiji water?
Yeah, like, just picture the best bottled water. That's kind of what the tap water in Japan tasted like.
The water that came out of the faucets in Mexico was soft water.
I know what you mean by that.
It's kind of like leaves a bit of a soapy residue, it feels like, afterwards. Like your hands, they don't get fully kind of, it's not just wet. There's another kind of
another
to
texture
the
in there. And
it's not like gross, like, oh God, get it off of me. It's just, it feels different.
That's what I feel. I don't think you feel it, but that's how I feel about LA water. I feel like it has a texture to it. Like almost a kind of waxy, chalky texture.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about with LA water?
Not specifically with LA water, but now I think since I've had a gross exaggeration being Mexican water, that I'm understanding what it might be like for you.
Yeah, okay, and by the way, LA water is not the worst on the list. Chinese water was the worst. In Beijing.
You tried Chinese faucet water?
Yeah, I went up to a water fountain. It was warm, and it was the most chemically tasting. I mean, it did not help the fact that it was warm.
As the water was coming out, was there a voice recording in Chinese that said "You will not complain" as you're drinking it?
I was probably saying this water is not for drinking. This is for something else. And I was like, oh, okay. It was gross. It was chalky, and
wash your dirty chalky lips.
Oh, you know what people do in China? I noticed.
What?
That sounded like I'm about to be like, oh, China. You know what? You know what those Chinese do?
Ah, God.
Just something I noticed is people in China tend to. And now, of course, I'm not talking about all Chinese. Just what I noticed. They
gotta put that disclaimer there, Matt.
People are gonna be like, you're racist. They do this. They go, and then spit. They walk up to trash cans and do it in trash cans all the time.
Some of them have their own little spit cups.
Yep. And then someone
on the subways and shit.
Yep. So I heard that nonstop being in China. I was in China for a total of probably 7 hours.
Ugh.
And then, not all at once, that's between the two
Why
layovers.
did I do that? I was in China for a total of 7 hours. Ugh.
I mean, it wasn't... I mean, to be fair, I did not leave the airport. But from what I experienced, going through customs in China sucked. In fact, going through customs in China, they have a big sign.
Judging a country by just staying in its airport. Imagine if someone judged the United States by just like, I spent 3 hours in a United States airport, and this is what I have to say.
Yeah, I know it sounds so dumb, but I did get to like experience. It's just a different culture. Going through customs, they have the sign that says what you're not allowed to have, and in America they have like, it's like guns, lighters, big batteries, stuff like that. In China, on the sign, it said no crystal balls. No, seriously, it said no crystal balls, no fruit knives, no yogurt, and then like guns and stuff.
It's like it's just a random slot machine decision.
100%.
Like like their little flipper cards, and like on that sign they like pull a lever and then it just and it throws a symbol of some random object.
Not
today.
There was a Russian guy behind me with his daughter, and they were speaking Russian, and I saw them even in Russian pointing at the crystal ball and laughing like, oh, crystal ball. Like, 'cause it's so weird. But I mean, I can't judge China too much just because I was only in the airport. But it wasn't bad. I'd like to go back and visit China because I think it would be a cool experience. I just noticed that the water didn't taste too good and people spit loudly. And also a guy farted really loud while he was having a conversation with people.
You didn't mind?
It was like, and they carried on conversation like he didn't even do it. I don't know if that's a thing, but
might be a Japanese thing.
Yeah, it might be one of those things those Japs do. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, you can't say that, dude.
What?
You can't say that.
Japs?
Did you So this is a question I've been meaning to ask you ever since we've been friends. Have you ever eaten horse?
Making me tell everyone that I ate horse. Yeah, I ate some horse. I did. I ate some horse in Japan.
How was it?
Are people gonna be mad about that? Would people be like, "Would you?"
You can order in Japan. You can eat horse.
Yeah,
whatever.
The horse wasn't killed for me.
Well, yeah, it was.
There was horse sushi that went by on the conveyor belt, and my buddy Christian and I looked at each other and we were like, "Okay, when am I gonna get to try horse again?" So it was horse over rice. So I had raw horse, and it tasted just kind of like roast beef is the closest I could say what horse tastes like.
And then the main course came, and you had shark fin soup.
I forgot that's a thing. Shark fin soup.
Yeah.
Have you had shark fin soup?
No, I don't think I want to.
Yeah, that sounds.
Have you seen like the rooftops, the bunch of shark fins because they just kill and pretty much are destroying.
Is that Japan?
I think that's China.
Oh,
I think I don't know.
Oh. On my flight to China and from China, they give you. I got served 2 meals for free, and they were good. But for breakfast, there's this rice stuff. I think it's called kanji or something. That's what my girlfriend said. There's this rice stuff. It's like rice porridge, but you know what you put in it? You put a century egg, one of those preserved duck eggs. So I got one in a little plastic package.
Did you try it?
I did, yeah. I ate half of it. There was a little Chinese woman sitting next to me, and she didn't speak any English, but she was pointing, like, telling me to put it in. So I was like, okay.
Oh.
Like, brown juices are leaking out. I dropped it in.
Did it smell?
Oh, yeah. I dig into it. It's brown. It's goopy. The yolk is, like, dark yellow.
Could I say pass? Could I be like, I don't want anything. I don't want to eat.
No, I mean, it was a good meal minus that. And I ate it. I took a couple of bites. It wasn't terrible, to be honest. But it's not something I would necessarily
indulge in again.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If I saw it again, I'm not going to be like, you know what, I think I'll have that. I've tried it. Wasn't too good. And the little Chinese woman next to me, she kept trying to make conversation with me, but she spoke zero English, and I spoke pretty much zero Chinese. And she's like looking at me, and she's like, what'd she do? She's pointing out the window. She kept pointing out the window at things. And I'm like, that's great. Yeah. yeah. And at one part, she's trying to explain something to me. And she's speaking Chinese to me, and I'm like, sorry, I don't speak Chinese. So she pulled out an envelope, and she started writing down, she's writing in English, and she wrote, clean no, like the word clean, and then the word no. And I was like, oh, like the water? Because we were right over the ocean, so I'm like, oh, the water's not clean? She's like, no, like, that's not what I was trying to say. And when she had this moment of like, oh, and she rewrites it, and she wrote clean with an M, so it's a clean no. And I was like, I'm sorry.
No.
And she kept writing it over and over and pointing to it. And she started
calling you dirty. She says you're not clean.
And she started like doing hand gestures.
P-U.
And when she made a fish, and then she did like a dying gesture. And I finally figured out what she was trying to tell me was the area we're flying over, the water isn't clean, so the fish have been dying. That's what she was trying to tell me. But it took so long to figure out. She was really sweet though.
What was her name?
Something Lynn. I did see.
Really?
I saw her writing on our customs paper. It was I don't know, something Lynn. I don't remember.
Marty Lynn. Marty Lynn Jr. was this old Asian woman's name.
Yeah, Martin. Her name was Martin.
Martin Lynn Jr.
She went, "Ni hao, I'm Martin." I said, "Hey."
Hello, I am Martin.
She was sweet though.
I may have the body of an old Chinese woman. Did you hate Japan as much as I hated the experience that is the latest Ming update?
But we need music. We need to get like someone to make us a tiny little jingle. So whenever it's time for the Ming update, it plays
doing
like
that groundhog meme thing.
What?
Dun dun dun.
No. I was doing like a late night news, like ba 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 ba. We need something like that, and then you just go. It like fades out.
Day 3.
Guys, we need to a mingle. Let's get Chris or someone to make us a mingle for the Ming report. A jingle for the Ming report.
A little mingle.
A Ming jingle is a mingle. So, anyway, Ryan has some news about. I'll open it up and I'll throw it to you. So, where we last left off, a couple podcasts ago, Ming was gone. We saw her with the security guard. She was screaming, "Fuck a cop." He was calling for backup or something. He has walkie-talkie. Wasn't looking good. And then Ming disappeared. A week, days, she was gone.
So she was gone for a while.
Yeah, so we assumed, okay, she got arrested. She's gone for good. If she was gone for 4 or 5 months last time in jail or whatever, she's gone for good this time. And then, lo and behold, while I'm in Japan, I get a Snapchat from Ryan, and it's from the roof of our apartment, and it's like, hey, look who it is. And he zoomed in, and it's Ming, and she's dancing around and waving her arms and screaming and throwing trash. So I'm like, oh my God, she's back. Later that night, Ryan sends me a Snapchat where he's out in the alleyway, and Ming is like 10 feet away. And then the Snapchat abruptly ends with Ming just turning around towards Ryan, and the caption was like, last thing I got to film before she came over and talked to me. And you've been holding it off for this podcast. You haven't told me what went down between you and Ming. Because you guys had a conversation.
That is right. Okay, so
I'm excited. I wish I had popcorn.
Right after that Snapchat ended, because it ended with her turning around and taking a step towards me.
And your phone kind of like...
Yeah, my phone dipped down, because I was like, oh shit. And so she came over, and then she just plopped down beside me and was like, hey, man. I was like, hey, got a cigarette? I'm like, no. Weed? No. I'm sorry. She goes, sometimes she just
can't tell what she's saying.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what she... Sometimes I could.
We've talked to her before.
Yeah.
But it's always been like, hey, you got a lighter? It's like, no.
But like she'll always end it was like, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, no, I don't. This seems like it's from some wacky sketch.
I feel like she's fucking... It's almost like she's self-aware. Like, she'll say a bunch of just gibberish and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so some people would walk by because I was sitting in silence looking at my phone because I was like I can't make a conversation with her. This isn't. So these people walk by and she looks at them. She's like, "Oh, what are you looking at?" And I'm like next to him and I'm like, "Oh,
whoa, really?"
Yeah. And I'm like, "Stop." I'm like, and then she throws her arms up in the air, falls back,
like
her tummy shows and everything, and she starts scratching her tummy. Then she sits back up and she goes, "Man, do you skateboard?" And I was like...
And you told her yes, right?
I said, I told her I haven't skateboarded since like middle school. And I asked her, "Do you skateboard?" She was like, "No. A hacky sack, though." I was like, "Oh, that's really cool, Ming. Okay." But I legitimately was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, yo, beto, yo." And then she'd pause, and then I'd be like, "What?" She goes, "You're supposed to finish. You're supposed to finish. You know that where it's like, hey, don't even know a day." And then she'd like gesture towards me, and her eyes would like
she threw it to
get
you.
wide. Yeah, she threw it to me, and I'd be like, I told her, I legitimately was like, I have no fucking clue what that is. I said that verbatim. She was like, "Man, how do you not?" Then she paused, and she kind of, her eyes squinted at me, and then she just went, "What, you gonna cry?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Your mom's gonna cry?"
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
And I was like, "What do you mean?" Oh. But I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She goes, come on, what is that? What is that? And she was like pointing at my eye.
What is she talking about?
I don't know. And then I'm like, I don't know. And then I just stared at her. Then it became really silent. And the eye contact lasted probably 10 seconds. And I was scared at this point that she was going to like bite my face off or something.
Were you going to cry, Ryan?
No.
Was
like,
your mama going to cry?
I was mostly just kind of like, I want this to end. Please go away. I was mad because she was in my bubble. She was hardcore in my bubble.
Because she has her own part of the alleyway and we have ours. And then when she comes in very unwanted.
We don't encroach on her space unless...
because I don't want it. I don't want this to happen.
Unless she's been taken away and we get to kind of investigate.
We go under the police tape. No joke.
Yeah.
Check it out.
But and then she started doing the singing stuff again. It sounds like I make this shit up when I'm about to say it because I finally get what you were talking about back when Daniel would always give you shit and tell you were.
You'd say that I was making it like this didn't happen to you. I'm like, no, this stuff really did happen to me.
Go with me on this, please. Like, believe me 100%.
I believe you 100%.
Okay. She asked me if I knew Nickelback. And then she started singing a song with the word photograph in it, but it wasn't photograph. It was some other song, and she expected me to finish it. And she's like, "Do you know Nickelback?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know Nickelback." She's like, "Okay."
She meant, do you know them personally, Ryan? Are you friends with Nickelback?
She started singing again, and I'm really trying to rack my brain.
So she's singing a song that's not Nickelback, and then saying it's Nickelback.
Yes, and then she started doing all this shit again, and she just got silent. We had another one of those staring matches. And I'm like, I'm gonna go. And then I like got up and started walking away. She's like, hold on. I like turn back, and she goes, just finish this one for me.
Oh no,
and
why?
I'm like, what? Oh, okay. You don't know it is my age going wild. I'm like, I really don't know what you're fucking saying. And so I'm getting all anxious, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go. She's like, okay, go cry. I'm like, stop. Just
should have walked over and slapped her.
Ming! No! You can't do these things, Ming!
Bad Ming!
You can't do these things!
What if...
You scare people!
She does, she's scary. What if right when... Hey, finish this last one for me! It's just like silent, and a single spotlight shines on her. It's like, I dreamed a dream in time gone by! The spotlight shifts to you.
I'd sing right back.
That'd be a fucking beautiful moment. But Ming is back. So
Ming is back and better than ever.
Yeah, she is apparently. So, guys, I guess the Ming report will continue until she disappears again, which is going to happen eventually.
Right now, Push-Ups has taken her spot. There's another homeless person that's found the alleyway.
Push-Ups, my man.
I called him Push-Ups because one time I was walking down into the alleyway, and I saw just this guy doing push-ups. And you can always tell it's push-ups because he always carries around a little shopping cart with him.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's push-ups in his shopping cart.
Oh, he's tall. That's a really tall guy.
Yeah,
and
very
he wears like a tracksuit.
Mm-hmm. And he does push-ups in the alleyway.
He doesn't mess with anyone. He's very nice.
Yeah, he just kind of like rests. I think he takes naps there. And then
he takes Ming's spot every now and then.
Then he goes back and roams around. So whenever I see push-ups there, I know it's safe because Ming's not going to want to...
He's not going to mess with you. He's a nice dude. So, wait. So on this podcast, we've had quite the repertoire of homeless individuals we know. Started with Dirk. Remember Dirk?
Yes.
We got Ming.
Yep.
Then we got Bozo. Then we got Push-Ups. We got a whole fucking gang.
And we got the bike crew, the two guys that ride bikes. The nice bearded guy that knows me by name.
Are they still around?
I don't know. I see the Mexican guy a little more often.
They biked on to
I see him every now and then. They have multiple spots.
God.
The guy told me, bearded guy, he talked, he's like, yeah, there's a lot of good spots around here. And so I think they just transition depending on the attention they're getting.
Ming likes that one spot, though. And you know what? I just remember, we've had more encounters with other people in that alleyway in the past. Like, you had that guy that asked if you had meth. And sang to you.
Oh, yeah, and sang to me, yeah.
Like a Christmas song or something?
Like, they just like singing. They're like,
It's the second time you have been sung to in the same place by a different homeless person.
Yeah.
Both probably on some hard drugs. And then there was the other guy that night. We were out there.
Ming legit acts like she's on bath salts.
I think it's got to be bath salts. I mean, maybe people in the comments know more about this. I don't know what drug she's on that makes her scream nonstop. She screams, and she's very aggressive, and she throws her arms around. She throws trash around. She wrecks shit. And I don't know. I feel like it's bath salts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or like a brain parasite.
Yes. Maybe. Maybe she's a social experiment. Maybe she's a time traveler.
Just a social experiment.
She's a time traveler that they, didn't want back. So now she's gone crazy, and no one's. Dude,
no one believes her.
You know what? That'd be I had an idea for a movie where homeless people that are crazy, like crazy homeless people, are actually time travelers sent from the past or future, but they just send them because they know no one's gonna believe them. They're like, oh, they'll just think it's a crazy homeless person. He's like, I'm from the future. It's like, oh, it's just a crazy homeless person, but they're telling the truth.
You need to believe me, help me.
Yeah.
I know Nickelback. Finish their song.
The one?
Yeah.
He sings it incorrectly because he's from a different universe. He's from
there's another Nickelback that has another song about a photograph.
Exactly, but it doesn't exist in this timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I understand. I roll with the flow on that one.
I wish we could interview Ming on this podcast.
After that, I'd say it's impossible. There's no way to correctly interview her.
Yeah, and no, we're not ever gonna film her or take pictures of her because we're not gonna go to that level of releasing this poor woman online. But
yeah,
we could still talk about our interesting encounters with her.
Leave it up to the imagination of the audience to kind of depict what
Ming is,
yes.
What she looks like, and I mean we painted a pretty good picture.
Yep.
Have we said she's black and not Asian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a black woman who's not Asian.
Yeah, because people hear Ming and they're like,
yeah, they think it's an old Asian woman, but it's
just a regular old African American lady.
Loves her hoodies.
How old is she? You'd say 35? Not 35.
I'd say
30.
mid-30s.
30,
Mid-30s, definitely.
I feel bad for her. I really do. I want to know, how did she, what is she doing? And why is she, I mean, it's got to suck being at this level for so long. It's been, at least over a year now, right?
Yeah.
Since she showed up?
Let's hire A24 to make a movie about her.
I thought you said Eat24.
Eat24.
Let's hire Eat24 to make a movie about Ming.
To sponsor a documentary about Ming.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I'd watch that documentary.
I'd love to make a documentary about Ming.
But you probably wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Also, that could possibly be seen as exploiting a homeless person, so. I mean, something I'm good at, but.
Yeah.
Let's call this podcast Exploiting Homeless People.
Okay.
Let's go get them to fight for money. Remember that guy that was big in the news? The guy that he made before the internet, he made these DVD series or
it was like
VHS
the Crocodile Hunter?
No.
Have you seen that one, though? The guy, puts on an Australian accent and goes and, he just fucks with homeless people. It was fucked up.
Oh, might be the same
really
guy.
Shitty. He's that, and then, there'd be a homeless guy sleeping, and then he'd go, tackle him and tie him up.
Oh, fuck that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
There was this
horrible.
Guy. He made this series called Bum Fights, I think, where he'd just pay homeless people to beat the shit out of each other.
Jesus.
And film it and then sell these DVDs and get rich. He ended up being on Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil kicked him off.
Because he dressed up as Dr. Phil.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's the guy that dressed up like Dr. Phil, and that's why he kicked him off. Because he was mocking him.
I don't want to see you. You're despicable. And the crowd's like, oh, Dr. Phil, yes. Dr. Phil, I do not like Dr. Phil. He just seems so, better than you, even though I feel like most of his stuff is bullshit. He's just like, you are despicable. And I'm not talking about the bum fights guy. I'm just talking in general.
Wasn't it Oprah who helped him out? Who got him kind of big?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know. That might just be conjecture, but
I'm sure they chill together, have a drink or a smoke together.
Do a line.
I'm sure they do, Dr. Bill.
Dr. Bill.
Dr. Bill Cosby does cocaine. I'm sure Bill Cosby's done coke, and I'm sure Dr. Phil has done coke.
100%.
Think Oprah's done coke?
I'd have to say maybe.
I feel like most celebrities have done coke.
I mean, why not?
What celebrities have we ever talked about, any celebrities we've seen?
Not YouTube celebrities. I think we did early on, but I unfortunately mostly see Vine stars instead of actual celebrities.
Still, yeah. I too have seen. It's only with you I see Vine stars.
Because I have to point them out because you don't know who they are.
Yeah, but you attract
attract Vine stars.
You have something about you where you always see Vine stars.
I have a curse.
It's it's definitely a curse. It is 100% a curse. You always see, it's 6 times a year. It's like, hey, I saw this Vine star. They're all the same cookie cutter douchebag snapback Vine stars.
Pretty much. I don't see them as much anymore because now they're becoming they are YouTubers now. Vine ended. I think most Viners became YouTubers. They made that jump. Get more money that way.
I think Vine initially,
and their personality channels.
Those people did that in the beginning. Those popular Vine stars that because he couldn't really make money off Vine. Was that just for an ego thing then? For the attention, I guess.
What do you mean, Vine?
Famous Vine stars back then. If they weren't making money from Vine, but they were still doing it and like
Some Vine channels are actually interesting and fun to follow.
total. What I'm talking about is like like bleach blonde hair styled back with a Snapchat. I mean, with a snapback resting gently.
You talking about like Weekly Chris and Boris Larson and
fucking Boris Larson. I love that.
What's his name? Brennan.
Boris Larson has the most unattractive name. Boris Larson. It just sounds like your third grade teacher. Sounds Mr. like Boris Larson.
Sounds like something you'd name a malignant. Never mind. It does.
This is my tumor, Boris Larson. Yeah. Jacob Sartorius is still the most famous Vine star we've spotted.
Yep.
Saw little Jacob.
Who am I thinking of? Brent Riviera is who I'm thinking of.
Brent Riviera. I don't know any of these people.
He's this. I know my Vine people.
Dude, you know your Vine. How do you know? Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot. When I first met you, you watched Vine so much.
I did. I just always was watching Vines.
Right when I first moved in with you guys,
yeah,
I would just be wherever, and all I'd hear, it'd be like a silent apartment, and I would just hear Vines replaying over and over.
That had to be the worst. That had to be the fucking worst.
Hey Chuck, yeah, look at this. Hey Chuck, yeah, look at this. And then you'd scroll to something else. Teachers be like, and I just hear everyone play like 3 or 4 times. So I just be sitting there. It's like,
but you never hear me laugh. It would just be like scrolling through silently in my room.
Like just silent judgment. Just. I'm imagining you're kind of like it's like reading the newspaper for you. Just sitting like.
Yeah, I guess it was. That was my version of like the morning newspaper.
I don't think you ever would be like. I don't think it ever happened once right here. Hey. Oh, and you can be like, hey, watch this one. I don't think ever.
The only one of the only Viners that was legitimately funny and made me laugh, who is not, I wouldn't say a Viner, he's an artist, it was Who is Maxwell?
Yeah, the guy that you and Daniel collaborated with back in Syndigo days.
Really funny. I love that video,
Visit Uncle Max?
Yeah, with Uncle Max.
I want to meet him really bad.
He's really funny. He's really cool. But yeah, anyways, back to Brent Riviera. He was the kid that always, I'm trying to think. He had a thing. You know how every Viner kind of had their thing? Weekly Chris's was "You beautiful," that type of shit. Brent Riviera, his thing was he'd always say something. It'd be kind of like when teachers be like blank blank blank, and then he'd talk back to his teacher, and it'd be like a comeback, and be like he'd always make that voice. It's stupid.
My good friend Christian really was into Vine when it was big, and he always watched Vines and chortled to himself about them, and he showed me quite a few. I had a Vine way back in the day, like back when I was in 11th grade in high school or something. It's probably still out there. So yeah,
I know my Vine's still out there.
Oh my god,
I don't know what's on it.
Yeah, I should probably. I don't know if people have even. I don't remember if I deleted it or if it's out there, but I should probably go check and see if my Vines have been noticed. If I go back and they have a bunch of views. Someone noticed my
Vines. My Vines aren't getting the recognition they deserve. So.
I'm a professional Vine reviewer. I'm a Vine critic.
Hello, Mr. Vine Reviews. That's me.
We should do Vine. We should do like a Vine review series.
I remember they were making a documentary about Vine and how it like all of it was
changed the game.
No, it wasn't even like that. It was like Vine changed my life. Like I'm this creative person and I can do these new things
in 6 seconds with my phone camera. Holy fucking shit!
There was this really cool thing that some people did. There was this filmmaker.
Oh.
There was this filmmaker, very independent. His name was Tony Oswald, and he did this story through Vine. Like it was kind of like not cinematic, but I guess more cinematic. Definitely, it was just 6 seconds of like little pieces of a narrative that would stitch together, and you get things like doing stuff creative like that was fun. I forgot what it was called. It was Tony B-Sides, or no, that was his second
Tony
account.
Yo.
Yeah.
I wish he had a Vine. He probably did have a Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. You know, only thing worse than Vine is Musical.ly, and which that's still a thing. I've never even been on Musical.ly once.
Neither have I.
Like, why would I?
Because it's funny.
It's funny.
Was Musical.ly like Dub Smash, but social? It was social Dub Smash or something?
I think it was just like Vine, but it would just be you lip syncing. Jacob Sartorius was huge on it. He died, dude. Not literally.
No,
He died from the public eye. Remember how big he was about a year ago?
He still makes a lot of money probably on YouTube. Think about it.
Oh, totally. Like, I mean, like, he's still successful. But I mean, in terms of relevancy, he's not. And these people will always be relevant. They'll always have a fan base that will always be bigger than ours. Like, even when they're nothing, their fan base will still probably be bigger than Super Mega.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, how big they are, it just kind of disappeared. Like Leafy did, too. Leafy just kind of vanished. And he still gets really good views on his videos. I actually, Chris and I looked at his channel today. He gets really good views still, hundreds of thousands. But no one talks about him. No one talks about Jacob Sartorius. And I don't know if he gets views or anything anymore. He is going to grow up, though, to be the biggest asshole in the world. He already is, I'm sure.
What about your favorite young YouTuber?
Who?
Matty B Raps. Have you checked on his content?
Yeah, dude, Matty B Raps. He's gonna be collabing with some trap artists in like 2 years. I'm serious. Do you see how he dresses now?
No.
He'll wear like a Thrasher shirt and put his hair in a man bun and have like
what?
Dude,
he has hair to be a man bun now?
Yeah, that's what he does now. He does a man bun.
What?
And like a fade on the side.
Matty B no.
I'm
what
serious,
the
dude.
Fuck?
And like he wears like Timbs and shit. I'm not fucking with you.
How can I? Do we have internet somewhere in here?
No.
I need.
I'm gonna go grab my phone.
Okay. I'll distract the audience.
He's big into like the trap culture. I'm not kidding.
So he's just bringing his phone in, but I'd like to take time to recommend anyone go see the movie Logan. I had a good time with it. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed myself. Anyways, Matt's back here.
He legitimately is on the verge of turning himself into like an actual like rapper. That's not a joke.
Show me a picture. Show me man bun Matty B with faded side hair.
Let me show you. Hold on. Internet sucks in here.
Has Tumblr really innovated at all? Or is it kind of just staying its own thing? Like it's still it's still Tumblr. Pinterest died out, didn't it? Or is it still big?
I haven't heard anything about Pinterest.
Pinterest still big?
I don't know.
I had a Pinterest at one point. I'm afraid to know what. Is it public? These thoughts are running through my head. How long is it gonna take you?
I'm trying to find a good here. I'll just show you the man bun. Fuck it. I'll show you.
Just show me the man bun.
Like this. Like look, dude. Let's get him on a. Okay, if we actually make an album, I will kill to get Matty B on a song.
I would love to get him on an album. We'll make the song rated G.
And but his parents would be like, that's gonna cost $30 grand.
Oh
it's like,
God,
yeah. You know they're gonna be like, you want him on your track? That's gonna cost more than you make in a year. It's like, okay, fuck you. Or maybe they were just gonna let him do it for free, but then they're gonna hear this podcast and be like, wow, these guys are pompous fucking assholes, assuming us like that. So then they're not gonna let him do a track with us. We're bad role models for little Matthew B.
Do you think if we tried our hardest, we could get Ice JJ Fish on a track?
Maybe. 'Cause you're wanting, babe. Oh, I love that song. I love the video.
I was introduced to him on Vine.
Oh, Ice JJ Fish?
Mm-hmm. His Vine was killer.
Dude,
him and Brian Silva.
Brian Silva?
Whatever.
God,
you don't win it.
Sorry.
I do gay porn.
Really?
Yeah. Have you not seen Brian Silva being fucked?
No, I've seen what's his face, Vitali, in the background of a gay porn, just kind of standing up against the wall.
In the back of a gay porn?
No, you know how there's the Vitali video where he's in the bang bus and he can't get it up. There's also you didn't know a video came out where it's like dudes, it's like a gay porn and it's like a bunch of dudes fucking. Vitali's just standing around. He's there like while they're fucking.
I feel bad for Vitali. I really feel. I feel bad for him because he's not like he's not socially aware of or maybe he is. Maybe he is aware of his image, but he's just a very desperate person. And when you see someone like very desperate for attention at that age, it's just sad.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, of course, I do feel bad for him in the sense that, like, embarrassing things.
I don't like him. No, don't get me wrong. I don't like him. I don't think
he's a douche. You've seen videos of him actually being a douche, but
there's that secondhand embarrassment you get for someone who's so attention hungry that they're just ruining kind of their own mental health.
Yeah, and also like I feel to a degree, like, I do feel bad for him for the fact that embarrassing things like porn of him, whatever, got out there because, like, no one wants that. That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Even though, like, he got on the bang bus, which is going to be put online type of shit, but still, it's like, you know,
I don't think he minds.
I'm sure you don't want people knowing that type of thing, but maybe he doesn't mind. I mean, I wouldn't get in the bang bus unless I didn't really care, because you get on the bang bus, you know, like, that's gonna be on the internet for everyone to see.
Yeah, they don't blur out your face.
Nope.
Sometimes they probably would.
Maybe you could ask. I don't know, but who knows if that's gonna actually go through. Ryan, let's go. Let's see if we can get on the bang bus. What if a bang bus video of us got out of like just they pull up like, hey guys, get in, and it's just like a little old lady and we double team her. Anyway, you want to wrap the podcast up here?
Okay, let's wrap it up with a big bow.
A big bow. Wrap it up in a nice little gift package. Nice. Yeah.
Let's leave on this note. Okay. I think that more people should read. I've been reading a book lately that I think a lot of people should check out. It is called The Giving Tree. So go check out The Giving Tree. It's a long read. It's a long read. It's very mature.
That's a little bit above my lexicon, Ryan.
Yeah. It's probably the thickest book I've ever read, and the vocabulary gets pretty intense about halfway through.
I've only gotten about probably only like a fifth into that.
It comes with its own glossary because it has a lot of lore that you have to get into. But
the backstory's huge.
Yeah, The Giving Tree. Go check out that novel, and fuck all.
Podcast.
No, the mic's not even the right distance. I need to get closer to my mouth.
Fix it
I'm
then.
fixing it right now, live on the podcast.
Whoa, we already started. Hey guys,
Right,
welcome to Super Mega Cast episode 38. That's the big 38. That is the special number, everybody. 38. We did it. Made it to 38.
Is that a special number?
That was the goal from the beginning. As Ryan loudly fits his microphone sleeve onto his microphone.
This is a better whatever. Is that a good distance from my mouth? Does it need to be closer?
That's good. Yeah, that looks about good to me.
Okay, I'm trusting you because I'm really far. I feel like I'm very...
Well, move it closer then.
Fuck.
We got a bit of a Ming update later in the episode, as always.
Good old Ming. You know, she's back.
But yeah, what do you want to talk about, Ryan?
You and I recently rewatched one of those good old cinema classics.
Yes, we did.
What did we watch, Matt?
We watched Napoleon Dynamite, the cult classic avant-garde film.
And you and I were expecting kind of one film because we've seen it before. And basically, since we were younger, the version that we now saw was completely different. Like, the tone was a lot different than from when we were younger. And we appreciated it for a very different reason, but on the same level of excitement, I would say.
Exactly. That's why that movie is really interesting to me, because when I first saw it, I was a kid, and I haven't seen it since I was pretty young. So all the memories I have of it are these really goofy, dumb memories. And then when you watch it when you're older, you realize that it's kind of this very like artistic movie that has like this kind of deeper I don't know, it's like just a character study of that part of Idaho, like that part of the United States,
and just people like that.
It's like people watching in a movie, and it's so funny. I love Napoleon Dynamite. A lot of people associate that movie as like just a dumb, cringy, really stupid movie with no plot, but I really like that movie.
I think it definitely has its cult following. If it I don't know, Napoleon Dynamite started coming out in Hot Topic, so it kind of grew a mass following at some point.
Yeah, it got kind of that following, but deep down, the piece itself of art, it is very fun. And I think that it was actually made by Mormons. I remember hearing that somewhere, that the whole movie was made by some Mormon church.
Makes sense.
Listen to the sounds of
Letty
vacuuming in the background.
Probably can't hear her in the podcast.
Think so? After dynamics process, you might be able to hear that vacuum a little bit?
I don't know, I'm just saying.
Well, she just turned it off, so then when people turn it up to listen, they won't hear anything.
That is true,
and they'll think I'm just making shit up.
I now want to visit Nacho Libre again. I want to visit Hot Rod again. Hot Rod I probably haven't seen longer than Nacho Libre with Jack Black.
Those are both great movies. I love both those movies.
I like the feel of just the low budgetness of those movies and the self-awareness they all contain.
Oh, Hot Rod is excellent. Hot Rod is one of my favorite comedy movies of all time.
I saw that on a whim with my dad, and when I saw the trailers, I don't know, I was so used to, like, I was in that mindset, of course, when I was younger, where it's like the bigger budget movies are the better ones type of thing, just like how you would envision a product, and then nothing was really out at the time that my dad and I wanted to see, and so we're just like, yeah, let's just go see Hot Rod, and we both ended up laughing our asses off.
It's so funny.
Hilarious.
My mom is coming into town in 2 days.
Yes, she
and you're
is.
gonna really meet her for the first time. How awkward is that going to be for you?
It's more awkward because I legitimately think your dad just does not like me. Because
of the things you say about his wife?
That, and just in general, I just suspect that we're not the same type of people.
No, dude, my dad would definitely like you.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea why you think my dad wouldn't like you. My dad would. You and my dad are gonna hit it off. He'll take you outside. He'll play catch with you. You know, just one-on-one father.
If I go buy a
mitt
right now, will he play some catch?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. Take him to a park and
But what if he does that thing where like he tries to overcompensate and he just throws fast? You know those people when they play catch?
I hate it. You play like sports with someone, and they have to show off how strong they are. So they'll throw the ball as hard as they can, and when I catch it, my hands are wringing in pain.
My big old stepbrother used to do that. He used to just be like, just surprised. Like we used to just play catch every now and then, and just randomly just like I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, yes, okay.
It's those little shows of masculine pride. It's like, stop.
It's like I just want to lob the ball with a friend.
I just want to play ball. I don't want to get fucking like pelted.
I hated going up to bat in baseball because I just was scared of being hit by the ball. I was so scared.
There's two types of baseball players. Those who aren't afraid to hit the ball, like those who play baseball, and then those who are afraid of the ball.
It would have hurt.
Oh, I know.
Like, that's my survival instinct.
I'm one of the same people.
My need to show off. I think, right?
I'm the same type of person. I'm terrified of the ball.
Like that's going fast. One time a ball hit my funny bone.
Ooh, that's no fun.
Another time, I was catcher. It bounced up in my groin, and I wasn't wearing a cup because I was stupid.
Man, I wish I could have seen that. Here's the thing: when I play sports, I'm always scared of the ball. Someone throws a football at me, I'm gonna flinch instead of catch it. I'm that type of person. Same with baseball. He's throwing that hard little sphere super fast at me, and I have one shot to hit it, or else it's gonna hit me. You know, I'm gonna flinch.
Defend yourself.
It's survival of the fittest. I would survive longer than people who play sports because my brain is more equipped to protect myself in situations where I could be getting injured. See?
Yeah,
so
but they have the body to actually have those thoughts go through.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Or maybe it's just fight or
you
flight.
think of those great survival tactics, like, yeah, I can't do it. And then they'd be like, they'd beat you up for the ideas and then use them.
Damn it.
So they win in the end.
You know, back to when you said you got hit by in your funny bone.
Yeah, sucked. Oh god.
Oh, I had it so bad once. I was doing this outdoor wrestling thing where it's a big inflatable box ring you stand on, and then you have these big. They're like giant Q-tips, and you have to fight the other person.
It's like a Japanese game show type shit.
Yeah.
Wipeout or whatever.
Yeah, I was doing that with a friend, and there was a little metal piece on his. And he smacked it as fast as he could, and it hit directly on my funny bone. And it hit it so hard, my whole hand, like a shock went through my arm and out through my fingertips.
What's the deal with the funny bone?
I don't know.
What's the deal, Matt?
Why is it there?
What's its deal? Like, what's its problem? Like, why is it gotta suck so bad?
You know, I can hit other bones in my body. I'm punching my hand and my arm. It doesn't do that. But you hit your.
I'm like punching myself everywhere.
Let me hit your funny bone.
No.
All right. But I remember it hit in my whole hand and ended up going numb, completely numb, and I couldn't feel it. But at the same time, there was a ringing pain in it. It was so painful. And then it was sore for about 4 months. So 4 months straight. What are you doing with your microphone, Ryan?
It's pointed down.
So is mine. That's why I accompanied my body for it.
Okay, I'll do that.
I slouched down.
Okay, I got it. I got it. It's fine.
Sorry.
We're good.
We're all good.
We're good.
Yeah. So I just heard earlier today that they added Pikmin 2 to the Wii U Virtual Console shop.
Are you gonna buy it? You already have Pikmin 2.
I have it on GameCube, but that is a game that I want to play on the channel. Probably early summer, maybe. Possibly then, maybe a little later, maybe a little earlier. We will see just how things feel. I'll feel it out. But I'm just trying to decide if I should play it on the GameCube or if I should play it on the Wii.
I think whatever would get a sharper image.
I don't know. I feel like the GameCube might get a sharper image.
I wasn't arguing for either console. I was just saying whatever one gives the best quality picture. And I know I wasn't either. I was just saying I wasn't trying to like step over you and that. I didn't mean to interrupt you just then. No. It's fine. I mean, I was just trying. Okay. What if we were like that? We were just like always terrified. Like, no, I wasn't. Just always misunderstandings. Just like Ryan, what's wrong? Your voice. You raised it. Oh. All of a sudden, you hear your walk. Hey man, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. It's just. No, you okay? You seem upset. It's just your voice. It just. Maybe you were just trying to get my attention. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I know you're busy in the room right now. No, I wasn't trying to like assume that you were gonna be upset if I raised my I wasn't trying to like purposely make you scared by raising my voice. Yeah. It just. No. I accidentally. What? No. What? What? Are you trying to argue? No, I'm not trying to argue. I love that shit. What if that was our whole podcast? Every episode was us just like it starts out with like structure. It starts out with this great structure of just this is what we're going to talk about today, and then going into the first topic, we just accidentally talk over each other, and the whole thing. The rest of the podcast is us trying to save the podcast. Or from the very start, we both say welcome at the same time, like, "Hey, guy, sorry, no, you want to go?" And then it has to be a constant loop of talking over each other, apologizing, getting scared that you trying to move away, just like So today we're going to talk about transformative what? And getting scared that you offended them, and at the same time misreading half the things they say as passive aggressive. So you start to react, and then you realize you're reacting the wrong way. Barry, what are you featuring? Special guest Barry Kramer. Get in here. Hi. You're gonna give us 10 more views, please. Get in here. Come on, we can put your name in the tags.
Hey, hello. Hey, how's it? How you guys doing?
Right, Barry?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going all right. What have you been up to recently? What have you been working on? If you can give us any sweet details. First in Super Mega, this is where you heard it first.
No exclusives here, folks. I'm not gonna talk about what I'm working on.
Barry,
hopefully stuff coming out soon.
Barry, imagine like if you announce something big.
World exclusive.
Imagine if you broke an NDA with a company live on our podcast.
I'll tell you, we're filming something tomorrow.
Okay.
That might go on the channel at some point.
Okay.
Barry.
Where are you filming it, Barry?
We are in a financial slump.
Matt, we're about to find out where he's filming something.
We need help.
Matt,
give us some.
We're filming it here.
At the Grumps office?
No, I came in here to see if you guys stole my Wii.
Wii
on my desk.
No,
did not touch your Wii.
I had a Wii on my desk, and someone took it and all the cables and.
Wait, what?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, it's just gone?
Well, yeah, I had 2 Wiis. So here's the weird thing: I had 2 Wiis on my desk.
Okay.
And only one is. This is a riveting story.
Yeah.
Only one is still there, but the other one was taken with all the cables, like including like the sensor bar and the Wiimotes and everything.
Why?
So,
who took it?
And it's your Wii, like.
Well, it's not mine. I took it from I think in here.
Is it plugged back in? Is that no? That's
we need to solve this.
There's a white Wii.
All Wiis are white.
I thought there were black Wiis.
No.
There were some. Believe it or not, there were a few black Wiis.
I thought it was just when they announced the Revolution, it was black, but then when it came out, it was white.
I thought they made black Wiis for a while.
The Wii U was announced white, and then it came out and was black.
Oh yeah.
Well, they made white Wii U's in the beginning. They were the 16 or the 8 gig ones.
Deluxe, whatever.
And the deluxe was black. I mean, they made them all black.
I got the Wind Waker one. I got the Wind Waker HD.
Ooh, I bought that game. I didn't get the special edition Wii U.
I don't know who was splunking on my desk, taking my stuff.
Barry, we're gonna solve this for you, man.
Yeah. You think it was Chris? Can I fight Chris?
Chris freaks out when people touch things on his desk.
That's the thing. That's why I didn't think it'd be him.
Maybe
he's you guys, if anyone.
Maybe he's.
Thanks, Barry.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Why us?
Because you're a bunch of. You got grubby little fingers. You're
always
stealing stuff.
Barry.
Like I got greasy little sausage fingers that are just prime for stealing.
Basically.
Are you calling us kleptos?
But I can't steal shit because the grease makes it slip out of my fingers. I'm like, fuck.
Well, that's why you have to like.
Do I try to pick it up with my mouth next?
You pick it up with like the inside part of your wrists. You don't use your hands.
My hands are sweating. The sweat starts to go down into the crease where my wrists are, and that starts. No!
I'm like, what's that noise over there?
Do you think anyone's ever successfully broken into somewhere, stolen something, and not left a single fingerprint just by using their wrists and stuff?
I don't know. Do wrists have fingerprints?
No.
Barry asking the hard-hitting questions here on
Do
Super
we have
Mega Cast.
individual wrist prints?
Can't your DNA is skin? Can skin be traced back to you?
Yes,
Probably.
100%. Skin cells? It's DNA.
But where do they have my? Where's this big record of people's DNA?
If you're listed as a suspect, they can take your DNA from you.
Oh,
You shouldn't let the
That's
government
cool.
take your DNA.
Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys get back to
All
it.
right.
Okay.
Thanks, Barry.
But
Yeah.
Let me know if you find out who stole my Wii.
we will.
Thank you.
And come to us if you figure out who stole your Wii, or if you
Can you figure out before the end of the podcast so you can come back and tell us the answer?
or if
I
you.
would love that for many reasons.
We'll be recording for about another hour, so
Okay, cool. I'll let you
So
know.
if it happens within the next hour,
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
please get on that now. I need to know this for my own.
Sure.
safety.
If someone's
Bye.
stealing Wii's, I gotta
Bye.
hide my
Love you.
stuff.
Bye.
Bye, Barry. Love you. Dude, if someone's stealing Wii's, I gotta
You got a bone to pick with him.
not just a bone to pick. I gotta start locking my shit up. If someone's stealing
You don't have a
Wii's.
Wii at the office?
No, I don't. But I have I have 2 computer monitors and a computer and a mouse. How long until? Because they're making the new Power Rangers movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're bringing all this stuff back. How long until they make a live action Bionicles movie?
That's stuck in that part of nostalgia that is doomed to straight to DVD. I think.
Bionicles.
Yeah. It didn't have that Power Rangers audience.
Yeah, it didn't. I love Bionicles.
But Bionicles has that core audience that if you meet someone who loved Bionicles back in the old day, I've said this many times. Do you remember what my favorite Bionicle is?
No.
You don't? I've said it like twice or maybe even.
I don't know the
3
names of
times.
Bionicles. I know they lived on Matanui.
I'm not even talking about the names. Just what it does.
Shoots
does it do?
discs?
No, I guess it's the little one that rolls into a ball.
Oh, you have said that before. Man, I'm sorry.
I love them. I love the ones that roll in the balls because then they're cool. They reminded me of those. I played Star Wars Battlefront a lot on my computer alone, just with computer players.
I thought you were going to
'Cause
say
we didn't-
Bakugan.
No, but like there were the brown kind of tripodic droids that are shaped like a C,
Yeah.
like those that you could play as, and I thought that was really cool, and they reminded me of it.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Do you remember Bakugan?
I remember the name. Try to help me remember.
Bakugan is they were the little kind of transformer things that would go into the ball.
Yes.
And you could activate them because it was a trading card game, and then you would throw the Bakugan onto the trading card, and it had some little magnet strip inside that would make the Bakugan open up when it was on the card.
I never actually got to play with it. I just remember. I'm starting to just remember the commercials.
No, those were after our time. We were by the time those were popular, we were too old for them. But I remember my cousins played with them, and I thought they were cool. I thought they were. Ryan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's fine.
I didn't mean
It's
to
just
offend you.
It's fine. You play with toys. You have a little Gundam.
I do. I have 3 Gundams that I've never even built because I'm so intimidated.
You're just having too much fun playing with the parts.
So here's what I didn't know about Gundams is
You have to build them.
well you have to disassemble them from a sheet. So all the pieces of plastic or it's all connected into like a sheet. And you have to like kind of punch them out with a little X-Acto blade, and then you have to paint them yourself.
With an X-Acto blade?
Yeah.
So wait, what you're telling me is
You got to cut them out of the plastic.
that to make it easier for the people who made the toys, they just kind of molded. They just had a little mold stamp.
It's
thing
essentially
and stamped it into one of these plastic things and said, "You cut it out."
It'll be about 4 or 5 different sheets, and each sheet has a bunch of pieces that are all connected.
Can't
with
even
thin...
punch them out like with a little with your thumb, like pop
You
them out?
probably could, but it's not going to be clean. You got to use an X-Acto blade to get that clean cut, and you got to paint them yourself. They don't come with the
Wait,
designs.
What?
Yeah, they're not colored or anything. I'm sure there's some that are, but for the most part, that's the whole thing about Gundams. You have to build them and color them yourself.
This is like a separate form of building a ship in a bottle.
Yeah, it's like the modern futuristic Japanese version of building a toy airplane.
Japanese teen.
I love Gundams though, and I'm gonna build all of those for my desk because I just got a new desk, and I got to put figurines on it. I got a few from Capsule Machines in Japan to put on my desk, but I got to get those Gundams all built and ready to go. Yeah.
Are you gonna actually paint them and shit?
Yeah, it's intimidating though. The second I open that box and I look inside, I'm I'm just like, you know what? I'll do this another day.
Do you even own an X-Acto blade?
No, I'll have to buy one. Aaron has stuff for Gundams. He has Gundam markers, and I was gonna go over to his place one time to build a Gundam so I could actually like have help putting together, but we canceled for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, that whole incident.
Yeah, when Susie spilled the syrup everywhere.
Yeah, well,
she died.
We'll move
yeah, we can't talk about that one, but yeah, what other? You know what toys I played with? Oh, I just remembered I had this toy called an Aqua Pet. I think. Do you remember those? It was like a
talking about little foam things.
No, it was a plastic tube. So it was like a dome, like a tall dome that was filled with water that had a little kind of animatronic type toy floating on the inside connected to strings, and then it had a base with 3 buttons, and it was a Tamagotchi, but it was inside a little capsule of water, and it would move around and make noise.
Wait, really? That
Dude, those
so
were
cool.
so fucking cool. I wonder if I could still get one online. And there were a whole bunch of different designs. I loved those. Hold on.
I mostly just had like action figures and guns and shit. Well, not real guns.
Oh my god, yeah. I found them. I had a BB gun that I never really shot. Oh my god, and then they made SpongeBob and Dora versions of this toy. Yeah, this was it, look.
Wait, is Dora swimming around in there or something? Whoa! Is that the one you had?
I had a bunch of them. I had 3 or 4.
Do they actually move around?
Yeah, their limbs are attached to little strings, so it moves and it like bounces up and down. I think you had to feed it and shit.
There's
Fuck,
a Dora
man.
the Explorer one?
Yeah, they had SpongeBob ones too. I'm gonna buy one of those. I'm gonna get a couple of those for my desk.
Some of these look like characters from Inside Out or something.
Yeah, they're all crazy weird looking. Which ones
Goofy
did I have?
Pixar.
Oh my god, this is bringing back some straight up memories for me. Wow.
You know what brings back the memories for me?
What?
Dirty, gross pool. Well, back before I lived in my second house. My dad and I lived in an apartment.
Ryan owns 2 houses.
Yeah.
With all that ad revenue from YouTube.
That's right. I'm not talking about back when I was young. But back when I was young, my dad and I lived in an apartment, and we had a pool that they would never clean. And one day for my birthday or something, my dad got me this little motorized boat.
Ooh.
Like I could drive around in the pool because no one's at the pool. So we go try it out, and I try to kind of maneuver the boat around, but because they never cleaned the pool and there were so many leaves, it would always get stuck in the middle of the pool. And then I threw it away.
It was Aaron.
It was Aaron?
Yeah. It was Aaron.
Why'd he do it?
Aaron stole your Wii?
Yeah, so he wanted to play a GameCube game, I think for Grumps, and the GameCube does put out 480p, but you need special component cables for that, and you already have the Wii component cables.
Oh.
So that's why he took the Wii.
That answers another question we were talking about earlier on this podcast. If I should record Pikmin 2 on the GameCube or on the Wii U. So I should use the Wii U.
You should use the Wii U, definitely, because they'll put out, through HDMI, and it'll just be the best possible resolution.
All right, question answered. Very nice.
But I guess the only way to do it with a GameCube controller would be the GameCube one.
Yeah, I can use the Wii remote.
I've heard it's better. I haven't done it myself, but I heard the pointer controls work really well for...
They do. We played the first Pikmin game with the pointer controls.
I've only played Pikmin 3.
Barry!
I've never played a Pikmin game.
Oh, you gotta play Pikmin 1. You can beat it in a day.
Well, it's a day of game time, right?
A day.
Oh, no, it's like a month?
Yeah, the game takes place over 30 days within the game, but each day is like 13 minutes.
Gotcha.
So you can beat it pretty quick. It's very, very fun, and I recommend it.
Cool. Well, don't mind me. I'm gonna shuffle around in the background while you guys keep talking.
No problem, Barry.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know as soon as I did.
Thanks, Barry.
The mystery.
Thank you. Now all of you know.
Yeah.
This is coming out tomorrow, so the people are gonna know real quick. But anyways, I was talking about
your toy boat.
My toy boat that I never got to play with because they would never clean our pool at this apartment complex.
So it would just get stuck.
This apartment complex, they wouldn't allow our dog.
What'd you do?
We sent him over to my aunt. Sent her over. My dog was Mina. She was a key sound. But we sent her over to my aunt and uncle so they would look after her, and they have like an outdoor area where she could run around. One time, my dad and I were heading over there to kind of go see Mina, and we see Mina walking on the side of the street, and we're just like, what? And so we open the door, we're like, is that? And we just call, Mina! And she like perks up her head, she comes, runs, sits in the car, and then we just go to their front porch with Mina. We're like, hey, here's the dog. And they're like, oh, whoops. And she dug right under the fence. And now she's dead.
See you, Barry.
Bye, Barry.
Thanks.
My friend had this remote control helicopter.
Yeah.
And he called me over one time when we were in high school. He was like, dude, you want to go test this thing out? It goes really high. So I came over and we were playing with it. I think it was a helicopter. It was either a helicopter or a drone. I think it was a helicopter, but we were having a great time with it. And we took it to this place in Charleston called Sullivan's Island, which is this island. It's a barrier island off the coast of South Carolina. And we went there and we went up on top of a really tall hill. And we flew it up off the hill and it started flying away. And I was like, wow, look how high up it is. Because it had flown away from the hill. So now it was over just regular land. So it was double high. Then I guess it was too high up and too far away. And a big design flaw was when this thing gets out of range, it just continues the signal. It lasts red. So the helicopter just kept going and just kept going. Just took off. Took off in the sky a couple 100 feet up and just, it was gone.
I had a remote control airplane that I accidentally flew into like a horse pen. And one of my uncles had to go climb it and get it, and he was chased by a horse trying to get back my motorized plane.
But the helicopter ended up finally it just fell.
Yeah.
And we just watched it fall, and it fell into a small thicket or forest, like a little wooded area that we had to climb into on the side of a hill and get it out. And
Did you find a troll?
No, we didn't find a troll, Ryan. I had another toy. Did you ever? Because I loved virtual pets when I was a kid. That was my favorite type of toy.
How much did you love virtual pets?
I loved them a lot. I had a bunch of Tamagotchis.
You had real pets though at the time, also, right?
I did have real pets, of course. I just
now, what do you think you're gonna look back on with, like, which provided more fond memories?
The pets, the real pets.
You think?
Yeah, I'd say they provided me with equally fond memories. Because
okay.
Because these toys were so nostalgic. They influenced my creativity into the modern day. But I had a bunch of Tamagotchis, and I would even, when I first started learning how to use the internet, I would go on like Tamagotchi forums. And there was
Tamagotchi forums?
Yeah, they were big. I remember I just read around like looking for info on the new Tamagotchi, and there was a graveyard section of the website where people would write little memorials to their Tamagotchis who had died. And the website just played a mid-eye version of, hold on, what was the fucking song?
It's a Hard Knock Life?
No, it's very sad.
Just the two of us?
Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. No, wait.
I Hurt?
Give me a second.
Featured in the trailer to Logan?
It's like, bum, 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 bum. Ryan.
Yeah.
It's the song that's like bum 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 bum. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was that song, and it would play, and it was really sad.
Why would it play that song? It's just how come kid things like make you sad? I'm gonna bring up Minecraft, but the music in Minecraft after a while of playing around in it when I was like back in, I guess, high school.
Yeah.
It just made me depressed.
The music didn't make me depressed. I thought it was very like peaceful and artistic and somber.
Somber is I think the emotion that it provoked more.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's necessarily sad, or at least for me. I loved it.
I personally think that the subtle shift in genres according to the situational I don't know.
You were just bullshitting?
Yeah, I was bullshitting.
I was sitting there like, what are you talking about?
I was trying to make the music in Minecraft seem complex.
It's very good. The guy that made it, his name is C418. He makes very good music.
He has separate music other than Minecraft music.
He does.
Is actually pretty good. Even the Minecraft music is decent. I think it's only because it's referenced into Minecraft now that it's the funny music.
I really like the Minecraft music though. It's very peaceful. When I was in high school, I was like, man, I want to make a short film with this music. Imagine if I had done that. To this day, that would haunt me. If I had tried to make a serious short film, but the music was Minecraft
Try
music.
to do that today.
We should do that. Let's make a series. Let's get a super high production serious short film, but just use Minecraft music in it.
Okay, I'm down. Can we also use music from Disney's Hercules?
No, absolutely not.
All right. All I'm saying is that has like my favorite song in any Disney movie.
I don't know if I've ever even seen Disney Hercules.
What?
Yeah.
It has Danny DeVito? What?
I don't think I've seen it.
Come on.
I really don't think I've seen it.
It's got like one of the first uses of a 3D like fucking animation in 2D animation.
Really?
With the Hydra.
Nah, I don't remember this. I've never seen it. I'm sorry.
It's like one of the movies that like I watched a lot. It was like that and Mulan, and I know of. I can't wait for the comments of, "Wow, you guys think you're old." Back in my day, I watched Citizen Kane, and I still have a fondness for it because back when I was a child, I watched Citizen Kane.
Yeah, but now you're a grown-ass adult watching Let's Plays. Oh, Ryan, do you remember when The Simpsons and Family Guy first started using 3D animation? Like, for instance, when they're in the car, and instead of the background would be like a 3D scrolling animation instead of, hand-drawn.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you saw that stuff?
I know. That was
the first time I saw it was on Family Guy, and I remember they used like some cars or vehicles for 3D, and I was like, whoa!
What are they doing?
I was like, what the fuck? Like, the Peter copter and all sorts of shit. It was in 3D, and I was always amazed by that.
Even though, like the live action stuff, whenever they put in live action segments, like the real life Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
And now you look at all the jokes today, and you realize, man, my sense of humor has changed.
What, Ryan? You don't like Family Guy?
No. But there's one episode I will stand up for that I think is really good, and hopefully I'm not looking at. I watched it not too long ago. It was the one where they go back to the first episode.
Criticize the first episode, yeah.
That's a good
that
episode.
one is actually pretty good.
It's a really good episode of television.
There's only
animated television.
I think my favorite joke from Family Guy still stands. God, this is such an embarrassing My favorite joke from Family Guy.
We went from fucking Minecraft to Family Guy. What's next? What are we going to talk about?
We'll quickly jump from
the reason we never played Undertale is.
Ryan, I had the scariest dream about Slender Man and Freddy Fazbear last night. And then I put on my 21 Pilot CD when I woke up to make me feel better.
Okay, Matt, you were talking about your favorite Family Guy joke.
Yeah.
That's the funniest.
It's when Peter's talking about, he's talking to Meg or Chris or something saying, don't do drugs, because he's like, I did drugs once and things got way too real. And then it cut to just a real life shot of a guy in a Peter Griffin costume on a bench looking at his hands. And it was really funny.
Wow.
Do you do any Family Guy impressions, Ryan?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm about to do, are you ready?
Is this a real impression?
Yeah. I'm serious.
All right, let's hear it.
Nah.
I knew you were going to pull some typical bullshit over my eyes like that.
You do a fucking Chris impression. Voiced by none other than Seth Green.
I'll do a Chris impression. Who moved this stuff off my desk?
God.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Chris O'Neill. Okay. Here's Chris from Family Guy.
Hey, Dad.
Let's do some impressions that we've never tried before, because they're going to sound terrible, but maybe you'll find something you can do well.
Hey, Dad.
He uses that voice all the time in Robot Chicken.
Seth Green?
He does the over-the-top nerd voice where it's like, ow,
That sounds like this.
Oh, sort of like this.
Yeah.
Sort of like this.
Holly knew Seth Green.
Did she?
Yeah, she worked in something with him, and he knew her by name.
Did they kiss?
Dude, they kissed all the time. They had a threesome with Ross. You didn't know that? Ross and Seth Green had a threesome. I'm serious. Go ask him about it. I'm serious.
Stop.
What?
What are you doing? What are you trying to convince me of this right now?
Yes. I'm serious.
No, you're not.
They really did.
Not with Seth Green.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Ross talks about this all the time.
Where does he talk about it?
Around the office.
No, he doesn't.
On Twitter. In his video on Game Grumps, he talks about
it. No, he doesn't.
He had a threesome with Seth Green.
No, fuck you.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
I'll call Ross and ask him.
This is going to be a giant waste of time.
No, I'm serious. Ross and Seth Green had a threesome with Ross's wife.
Ross and Seth Green had a threesome with Ross's wife.
This was years ago, given, but he's told this story a million times.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
Okay, Ryan.
I'm gonna look up on the no, because the moment I look it up, you win.
What are you talking about?
You just want me to be like, oh, is it real? And then you'd be like, gotcha.
No, of course not. Look it up.
I'm gonna look. Okay,
look it up.
I'm looking it up, Matt. If you fucking do this shit,
just look it up. I'm serious.
Ross, Seth Green.
Ross O'Donovan, Seth Green threesome.
O'Donovan, Seth Green threesome.
Gotcha.
You fucking, oh my god, I knew it.
Oh, man. No, Ross didn't have a threesome with Seth Green, you fucking moron.
I was gonna see if it was a running joke of like the fucking, I don't know what they do on Game Grumps. Like, remember that one time that Ross had a threesome?
Dude, Ross and Seth Green were Eiffel Towering, and then the moment of climax, they high-fived, and Seth Green went, "God damn it, Ross," and Chris's voice from Family Guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that scenario.
Thanks, bro. Ross is gonna listen to listen to this and be like, Ross is gonna just come to me tomorrow and be like, "Did you talk about me on your podcast having sex with Seth Green?
Did you talk about me and my wife's sex life live on your podcast?"
What if Ross had actually had a threesome with Seth Green and Holly, and it ended up, but they never told anyone. And this is just a crazy coincidence. I guessed it. So when Ross hears this for the first time, he's sweating bullets right now. He's just sitting there on his couch like, fuck, how did it get out?
What the fuck?
I mean, he's gonna get a call
they already started a hashtag.
He's gonna
threesome with Seth Green.
He's gonna get a call from Seth Green on the phone and be like, "Ross, did you tell someone?" I mean, Seth Green's gonna sue him.
No, I didn't tell anyone, Seth Green.
That's what Ross sounds like.
Yeah, because it's like kind of Morty. He does a good Morty.
He does a good Jacksepticeye, too.
Top of the morning to you, ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye.
Let's do some,
let's do some
more impressions, dude.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Give me a character, like, someone that you don't think we can do.
Okay.
And this is gonna be cringy. Let's see.
Okay.
It's gonna be very embarrassing.
Okay.
There's nothing more awkward than watching someone try to funnily do an impression, and it's just it's off.
I got one.
Yeah.
Do Stitch.
Stitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am Stitch.
What?
I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
What? What was that? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it. All right, Ryan. I'll give you one.
Okay.
Do Billy Mays.
What is he? He just goes, Hi, Billy Mays here, and I have some awful deals for you. My wife, she stinks.
The man is dead, Ryan.
Okay.
Give me one.
My turn. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Steve Urkel.
Are we just trying to do the ones that we know the other person can't do and make the biggest embarrassment out of them? All right, Steve Urkel. Yeah. All right, I'm coming at you hard with the next one. All right, Steve Urkel.
Did I do that? I'm Steve Urkel.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah.
Give me your best Napoleon Dynamite.
God damn.
All right.
Gosh. Tina. Freaking idiot.
My favorite moment, one of my favorite workaholics moments is when it's like the flashback to them in college, and he's trying to tell him, he's trying to look good in front of this acting coach, and he's like, and he pretends to be Napoleon Dynamite. He puts on the shirt, and he's just like, gosh. All right, Ryan, give me another one.
Okay. Let me think. Could you do Could you do Minnie Mouse, please?
Minnie Mouse?
Yeah.
Mickey! Stop chewing on my clit piercing!
Jesus Christ! Okay, my turn. What do you got?
All right, give me Bart Simpson.
Whoa, Dad! Stop choking me! I don't know.
That was the worst Bart Simpson impression I've heard in my ever. I've never heard a Bart Simpson impression worse than that.
It sounded like Mr. Klein.
Okay. All right, give me one.
Okay.
Let's keep throwing them back and forth.
Okay.
20 minutes.
I'm down. Seriously. Okay, do Seth Rogen.
Shit! My weed!
Yeah?
Oh, it's embarrassing.
Okay. Okay, let's give each other one more. So you give me one, I'll give you one.
Okay. Give me your best, just give me SpongeBob. Come on, man. What are you waiting for?
I don't know.
Hi, Pat!
Tom Kenny is just staring in fucking awe at his computer if he's watching right now.
I can't.
Hey, Tom Kenny.
I purposely didn't say anything after that, so it would just be silent, so you'd feel pressured to do more SpongeBob. And it worked. It worked. It did more. All right, give me one.
Okay.
Give me one last one.
Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I am Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more. Give me a sentence.
You tell me something to say.
Okay.
Get to the classic. Get to the chopper.
No. Say, hello, I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm Arnold.
Hello, I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm Arnold.
Was that good?
That was good.
Did Arnold? He didn't voice the guy on Fairly Odd Parents, right? That was just someone.
No way. That's
just someone sounding like him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was too busy. He was too busy governing California.
And then eating no, that's David Hasselhoff.
No.
When he was drunk on the floor eating the cheeseburger in that video,
yeah,
it was really
Arnold was
embarrassing.
the one that cheated on his wife with his maid or
Did
something.
he?
Yeah.
Arnold, come on.
He had sex with his maid or something like that.
Oh, jeez, Arnold, come
Look it
on,
up.
dude. I wanted to think good of Arnold. I don't want to think of him as a dirty man.
He's a dirty, dirty man.
Arnold, get your act together, dude. We live in the state you used to govern.
He just needs the bop to the top, like The Rock. The Rock had no problem bopping to the top.
I was putting together a couch yesterday in my room, and you started playing High School Musical, and you're like just out loud. Like, you came into my room playing Bop to the Top.
Okay, because at first you made it sound like you just heard it faintly coming from my room.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but
what do you mean?
All right, what is
the type of music I listen to is strictly like two bands.
All right, Ryan, what's the line where, you know, we know each other pretty well. You know, we live together, we're roommates. So what's the biggest thing you can imagine me doing that wouldn't surprise you as a roommate? But it's like right before the line of like, oh, you wouldn't do that.
You going, hey, Ryan, and me walking out of my room and you taking a shit on the floor.
So you could see that in the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I can. But that's like the farthest you'd go.
What if I do that?
Then you do it. Then I have to.
Would you laugh?
And I tell people on the podcast, and then they know that you just took a shit in your own house.
I'm so uncivilized that for a joke, I took a shit in my own house on the floor.
I take out my phone and start Snapchatting it to everyone I know. Just, hey, look, Matt shat on the floor.
You're like, no,
before
that was Lego.
And then I'm going to have another Snapchat of you cleaning it up and going, Matt cleaning up his own shit.
Well, I really can't win in this situation. Ryan, what about the time I was in my room and I hear you down the hall go, fuck. And I was have we talked about this on a podcast before?
No, I don't remember this. What are you talking about?
And I walk in the bathroom and you're pantsless cleaning the floor because you pissed your pants.
Oh yeah.
You were busy. You were texting someone or something. You were preoccupying your phone.
I was busy. I took off my gym shorts, but my underwear did not.
You had your gym shorts on too, I thought. You just sat on the toilet.
Really? Fuck, you're right.
You just sat on the toilet to take a shit.
I just sat on the toilet, not to take a shit.
You just sat down.
I sat down on the toilet because I was gonna text and I had to pee, and I like had to get this idea out.
And you just wasn't thinking.
Then after the text, I'm like, oh, I'm sitting on the toilet. Let me pee. So I start peeing, and all of a sudden I notice something's wrong, and it turns out that I was just sitting on a toilet and peeing into my pants. And it was dripping into the toilet.
It was all, there was a huge puddle on the floor. You pissed for a reasonable 10, 15 seconds before you realized. How did you do that?
I don't know. How do you shit yourself twice in a year?
That's an accident.
Okay, you have that defense. Mine was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, but you pissed for 10 to 15 seconds.
It was like 5 seconds.
It was enough to make a huge ass puddle on the floor.
You imagine how much liquid you're expelling from your body. That's a lot of liquid. And of course it's going to create a puddle. It's a thin puddle. It's a thin, wide puddle.
I've pissed my pants before. And when I piss my pants, the first thing, like the moment a drop comes out, my body goes into this shock.
It's because I'm not in it. I'm on the toilet. I'm thinking, hey, I'm peeing. So as I'm peeing,
but can you not
nothing's
feel it?
happening. No, because it's staying in this little like pouch region. Like that was a loose pair of gym shorts.
Was he steadily was it steadily leaking out down your leg, or was it something where it collected in your shorts, and then you moved and it all poured out at once.
It was like a collection of the two. Like it got filled up to the point where it started dripping down my legs, and then I stood up, and then some splattered onto the ground.
And that's when you
heard. Yeah. Oh fuck!
You know, I have a picture of that somewhere. I
have
a picture of you holding the phone in one hand and a huge wad of paper towels cleaning piss off the bathroom floor. I have that somewhere.
It's probably gone forever, though.
Yeah, I'll have to dig that up.
You definitely lost it.
I might have. I think we've each got some pretty embarrassing photos of the other person.
Oh, my mom just posts all the embarrassing photos of me. She doesn't care. She does. She just posts my child. No matter how many times I'm like, hey, Mom, can you not post personal pictures from my childhood because I want to actually cherish those memories and not regard them as
funny memes on the internet?
Because people start using them, and then I really just don't enjoy my childhood anymore. I can't see my childhood through the lens that I want to. I have to see it through the filter of horrible, terrible memes.
Memes aren't that bad.
They're pretty fucking awful sometimes, most of the times.
There's some funny ones, but I think 80% of memes are really bad.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do, Ryan?
What?
I want to watch One Punch Man with you. I want to show you One Punch Man. It's really good.
Okay.
I think you would like it.
I'm not the biggest fan. I don't know. I've never tried anime except for
See, I'm not much
Full Metal Alchemist, which I really like.
I'm not much of a anime guy myself, but I will watch the occasional few good animes, and I think One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100 are both shows you would very like. They're very short too.
Okay, I'll try One Punch Man. Isn't it like self-aware or some shit?
Yeah, it's just a big self-aware anime. It makes fun of the stereotypes of anime.
But making fun of those stereotypes within being anime itself, doesn't it also just become another one of those things that's breaking the rules?
No, it's like it's very self-aware and funny. It perfectly makes fun of all the stereotypical like things about anime.
It's kind of like the Colbert Report or the Daily Show to the MSNBC, Fox, and CNNs.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you could say that. It's just a big kind of parody of anime. He's a superhero that he's so strong he can kill any monster in the world with one punch. So every time he fights something, it's just one punch and the fight's over.
Is the punch like built up like this big like that?
No, it's usually you don't even see it coming. It's just instantly and then the person. It'll be like while the enemy's talking close up, and then just bam, and then they're dead, and that's it.
Now I know what to expect.
Yeah, it's really funny though, and you might be like, well, how can they have a story if he kills everything in one punch? Well, there's a lot of conflict, and it's very funny, and the monsters and enemies in that show are hilariously designed. The first like real bad guy in that is this guy that ate too much crab, so he becomes like half crab, and then he has like a human's legs and whitey tighties, and then he's a big crab on the top. And
I actually now want to watch this.
He was sleeping on a park bench, and a kid drew nipples on him with a permanent marker, so he's trying to find the kid to kill him. It's really funny.
Really?
No, it's a great show. You would seriously like it.
I gotta watch it.
We should watch the first episode tonight.
Okay.
It's goofy. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Got laughs all around.
You know what else is a good show?
What?
And is coming back soon.
Oh!
Yeah!
Better Call Saul.
Yes.
Cannot wait. I caught you all up on season 2.
Yep.
We've seen the first 2 seasons.
Yes,
we watched that back in like last summer.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Because I remember when season 2 ended, I was like, we gotta wait a fucking year.
I'm ready for this season. This season seems to be like the season that starts really connecting
to Breaking Bad.
Yeah, to that timeline.
This is gonna be the most dramatic season so far too. It's first season where I don't want to spoil it. I was gonna say but you see a lot of big character changes and there's a new big character from Breaking Bad coming back. So, guys, if you watched Breaking Bad and you liked it, but you have not watched Better Call Saul, maybe you tried it and the first season was boring. Yeah, the first season is kind of slow and
I don't know. I enjoy it for what it was.
I do too, but a lot of people say the first season didn't hook them, and I see why it didn't hook them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's worth powering through to get to the second season to give it a second chance, because once the second season starts, it's just like Breaking Bad again. It feels a lot like Breaking Bad, and it's about just as addicting as Breaking Bad. It gets right up there on the same level with it for me. Breaking Bad is always like the best show in my mind, but Better Call Saul is inching its way up there.
I hate that Breaking Bad, even though it's a really good show, it's looked at like one of those, of course. It's like, what's your favorite TV show? Breaking Bad?
Oh,
of course it's Breaking Bad.
Because it's so fucking good.
I know.
That's the reason it's so many people's favorites, because it's so good.
I didn't like it that much. You should try watching a show by the name of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Because I think Breaking Bad, just because because so many people like it, it's so mainstream. It's just seen as one of those things that's basic consumer level TV. You know?
Yeah.
People don't see it as like this super deep thing. They see it as just like anyone and their mom can watch it and enjoy it, which is true. What I like is like, anyone can watch it. It's not too complex to understand, but it also has such a deeper. It's like a cake. It has so many other layers underneath that. You can watch it without picking those up, and it'll still be just
when
as
you
good.
start watching like the behind the scenes and how they make the episode. I remember after each episode, they would upload 2 videos onto AMC.com. It would be inside and the making of.
Yes.
And I always watch them. I'd keep that tab open, and even when I was at school, I'd like check every now and then because I just wanted to see that. That's how a lot of things were actually pointed out to me. Like the behind the scenes stuff, like kind of certain motivations and certain things that I should start keeping my eye on, and it taught me to really pay attention in certain ways in the show, because it's not just a show. It is a show that you can just watch and enjoy, but also if you pay attention, you'll be able to kind of enjoy it for more reasons.
It's full of foreshadowing and imagery and metaphors.
It's hard to not be generic when you're trying to hide from spoilers, because I still feel like Breaking Bad is one of those shows where you just avoid spoilers for it because it is such a big show.
I was so into it. I remember I watched as soon as the 4th season ended. On TV, I was on the subreddit every single day until the 5th season came out, always checking to see if there was any news. And people were posting little like, "I'm in Albuquerque and I took this picture," and it's like a closed set that says WW on it, and it's like, oh,
something happened though for you. Something about the very end, or
the first season of the first episode of the final season. I was at my buddy Connor's house. And I saw someone on the Breaking Bad subreddit was like, "I've watched a leaked version of the first episode of the new season," and I couldn't help it. I had to read what they said because a lot of people said that shit and they were bullshitting.
Yeah.
So I read it and I was like, "Wow, that's insane." Too obviously that's fake.
Yeah.
And then the first episode, I'm excited all week, and then the first episode of the last season starts, and the first scene happens, and it's exactly what they described, and I was like, God, no! Now I know it.
What's happening.
It was still amazing regardless, but I knew exactly what was coming around every corner.
Did you ever happen upon those kind of, I don't know what they called it, but it's just like spoiling Breaking Bad? It would always be in a discussion post. It would be like spoilers for next season, and it would be this kind of insider knowledge of this person that read parts of the script and shit like that. And they give a whole layout of the episode, like everything that happens in certain sections. And I remember like reading some of them and then realizing that, oh wow, this isn't what the episode is about. So someone took the time to actually create a believable,
just to fuck with people. I read an entire, like all 16 episode summary of the rest of the show on Reddit. Yeah, and I was like, it was huge. I spent like 20 minutes reading that thing, 20-30 minutes. And but people in the comments were like, "This is bullshit. There's no way the writers would do that because that's just so stupid." And however, Vince Gilligan did have some really fucked up scenes planned that they took out because it was too fucked up for Breaking Bad.
Like the baby scene.
Yeah, they were planning in the final season. I mean, this isn't a spoiler because it doesn't happen, but they were planning for Walt to get kidnapped, and then the people were gonna. I think the neo-Nazis were gonna drop him off in the desert with a briefcase. And then he was going to get up and open the briefcase, and it was going to be his baby cut up into pieces.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't go that far.
That would have just been... I mean, it would have been really good still, but it would have been shocking. And also...
it's a little too shocking. I think that goes more into exploitative than actually kind of advancing anything within the story.
No, I agree, and I'm glad they didn't do it. It would have been interesting to see, though. Yeah, because that would have been like the darkest point in the show.
Exploitive or exploitative?
Exploitative.
Okay.
Exploitative.
Okay.
Exploitative?
Whatever. We used it.
I don't know, dude.
Who cares?
They know what we mean. They know what we mean. They know what we're saying, bro.
Dog.
Yeah, man. But
that's what I'm talking about, dog.
Yeah, dog. Hold on.
What?
Ryan?
What?
Fasten your seatbelt. It's time for this week's Ming Report.
Oh.
We still need a jingle. Submit your jingles at thosekidswithproblems@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
Or start a post in the subreddit.
Yeah, actually, that'd probably be a lot better.
It's r/supermega.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of dead right now, though. Not much.
Yeah.
But Ryan, we got really not that much on Ming. In fact, well, I guess there is one big update on Ming. She's gone again. She disappeared.
She's disappeared once again.
She has vanished. She was only back last time for us to update you. She was only back for probably 3 or 4 days before she vanished again.
I only got to see her once. I only saw her when she was walking towards us, and we kind of ducked out.
Oh man, we ran. Oh, you and me and Ross were hanging out in the alleyway, and then Ming just started lumbering on over, so we took off very quickly.
Yeah.
She started going, but we talked to a fellow homeless friend.
He's a guy that I've talked to before, but
He's
now,
really cool.
Now you got to meet, and now you have confirmation of the stuff that I've been telling you.
Yes, Ryan is not bullshitting you guys. We talked to this guy. He kind of looks like Malcolm in the Middle a little bit. He looks like Frankie Muniz. He looks like Malcolm in the Middle.
If he had like long Jesus hair and a Jesus beard.
He didn't have long Jesus hair, did he?
He had a good size length hair.
Oh, but he had a hood on, so I guess.
Yeah, he had a hood on. It's not long Jesus hair. It's probably like
just long.
It's just long hair. And then he has a scraggly, short Jesus beard.
He looks like probably what Frankie Muniz looks like right now after his childhood
smoking
career.
Some weed.
Dude, Frankie Muniz smokes weed. That's for sure, bro. And let me get a high five for that one.
I wish Frankie Muniz was my friend.
Me too. Anyway, yeah, he told me, he confirmed to me too that her name is Ming. She is insane. She does drugs and
What specific drug?
I think meth.
Yeah, I think
she does meth.
Is the drug.
I think so. No official confirmation. This is word of ear from other homeless guy. But
and the cops know her by name.
Yeah. He said all the cops know her by name in Glendale. They're like, oh, we got to go pick up Ming again. So they all know who Ming is. So Ming
maybe
is a little.
Just a few cops, and this guy's just saying everybody knows her.
Yeah, but Ming appears to be a local celebrity around Glendale. Isn't it weird? Like Ming doesn't know, but there are tens of thousands of people out there who know about her now.
Yeah,
tens of thousands.
Some people get mad when we talk about her.
Do they? I've never seen that.
Yeah, I saw someone get mad because they were like, it's hard for me to conjure up the reason why they were mad because I just can't think of a reason why talking about your experiences with the homeless population in an alleyway is at all bad or
I need
negative.
You to stop doing that, Ryan, because you know what? I realize that is offensive, and I don't want you to say it.
They're like, every time I hear you talk about her, I get
Is it because it's like, oh, they're making fun of a homeless woman?
Probably.
I'm not making fun of Ming. She's a character that we know, so we want to share our experience with you.
That's it. If I had a friend, you share stories about Christian. These are just interesting fucking people.
And Christian, if you're listening, we're not comparing you to Ming.
We're linking Christian to the homeless population.
No, Christian, we're not.
Lives in our alleyway.
You're not. It's not like an equal comparison. But it's not like we're throwing buckets of water on her and running away and laughing.
It's not like
we're observing her and then telling the populace what we're observing.
We boil up some water and drop it down from the roof.
Gotcha.
Prank.
Oh man. Hey guys, welcome back to Pranking the Homeless. We wanted to surprise this homeless woman we know, so we went out of our way and we got her a brand new tripod. Just completely pointless objects and make these inspirational videos with inspirational music of just giving people these things and they're just so confused. They're like, thank you, but what the fuck am I going to do with this?
Here
a brand new lamp.
We're standing next to this homeless person and we're going to give you half of a Solo cup.
What? Is it cut horizontal or vertical?
It's cut vertically.
Okay, so that's just very confusing. You can't use that at that point. If it was cut horizontally, maybe you could still use it. You know,
as a little like ashtray.
Yeah, or just a small drinking cup.
Nope.
But if it's cut vertically, you can't use it.
Know what else you can't use it for?
What?
Drinking.
That's what I just said.
You know what else you can't use it for?
What?
Consuming liquid.
Did you know? So apparently on Solo cups, it's like, you know how it's got the different little indentations and things? Those are used for measuring alcohol.
Really?
Like the tiny one at the bottom is
I've heard that, I just didn't know if it was a myth or not.
It's for like a shot is the tiny one at the bottom, and then halfway is like the next one is for a glass of wine, like a serving of wine, and then the top is a beer. I don't know.
If that's true, then you're saying that we have the consumption of alcohol ingrained into the utensils we use to drink any form of liquid.
Yes. I love Solo cups, though. But that's so smart for them to do that. So you don't overdo it. You're like, I want a little bit of liquor. So you pour a little bit, and you're like, there, that's the exact amount.
We don't drink alcohol much.
I really don't drink much. I only drink when I'm with friends.
The only time you and I drink is when we go out to eat.
Yeah.
At like a bar, like a sports bar.
Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll get a nice little beer or something. I don't know.
I like. People say, Ryan, you're just not having good beer. There are beers out there that are delicious, and they're talking about not the flavored beers. They're just talking about beer, like good, just craft beer or whatever. I'm like, I know what you're trying to get at, but that flavor doesn't entice me. It's kind of like if I don't enjoy a General Burger, I'm not going to enjoy a McDonald's burger, a Wendy's burger, an In-N-Out burger, or any type of burger. I just don't like burgers. I'm saying I don't like that just, I guess,
taste.
It's the grainy, weedy.
I like that. I like beer actually because I like the taste of. I like the grain. It's kind of like bread. I like that. It's refreshing bread liquid.
I like ciders.
Yeah, ciders are good.
Not too sugary. Sometimes they're too sweet and they give you a headache.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I feel like half the ciders I've had. Well, I didn't think about it until one day someone pointed it out. It's like, this tastes like stomach acid, and then from that point on, it's like, wow. And now I can't get the thought of it. This tastes like stomach acid out of my head.
It was Daniel.
Was it Daniel that pointed that out?
Yeah. He was having... Because this is when I was first getting into cider, so of course, instead of like getting any good cider, I had Red's.
Red's Apple Ale.
Yep. And so, you know how that is.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very sugary.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
And he made that fucking discovery.
It ruined it for me, and I'm sorry to all the people who drink ciders out there, and I just ruined that for you by giving you that thought.
I know we've talked about this before. I know we've mentioned all of this before, but we like talking about alcohol.
We can legally drink, so
yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, we can drink. We like to drink alcohol. What of it?
Yeah, we're over the age of 21.
I'm old enough to drink. Yeah, I love fucking beer.
Yeah, what?
Pabst Blue Ribbon, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Little Natty Light, little Bush in a can.
No.
All disgusting beers. It's like frat. It's
I wouldn't know. They all taste the same to me. They all taste like bad.
That's what frat guys drink to get drunk.
They taste like bad contaminated water.
Yeah, I could see that. It's like a bad soda.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Like a soda that just... If you were to think of how a liquid could mold in its own type of way, that's what it would be.
I mean, that's kind of what... Isn't beer fermented? It's like the wheat hops stuff, whatever, that has fermented.
Never mind. So that's why it probably doesn't taste good to me.
I mean, the alcohol comes because the stuff ferments, so it becomes alcohol. That's why like wine is grapes that have gone bad. They ferment, and then when it breaks down, it turns into alcohol.
You gotta dip that bread in that wine, though.
Gotta dip that bread in that wine.
You gotta fucking dip it.
Yes.
Get excited for dipping some nice old bread.
I always got excited for communion. Sorry, I in the last sentence I interrupted you astronomically, and I didn't mean to, but once I started, I was like, fuck, I might as well just finish.
Was that a long time ago, and I forgot that you interrupted me?
That was like 5 seconds ago.
Oh.
I spoke over you completely, and I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'd like for you to please forgive me.
I didn't notice it.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, but at church, I always got so excited for communion. I was like, oh, it's time.
I got upset whenever I saw the little white styrofoam chips.
I love those. That's what we had at my church.
You gotta have the bread. The bread soaks it up and it tastes good.
They're not actually styrofoam. It's a type of bread.
I know it's not actually styrofoam. I didn't expect that they were handing out styrofoam.
Yeah, but what does a whole loaf of that bread look like? Or taste like?
Probably like a roll of pennies.
A big block of styrofoam.
Yeah. Essentially.
It'd be like dipping styrofoam in wine and taking a big bite out of it. Ugh.
Ooh. I mean, ew.
That's gross.
I finished all my cheese. I need to get more cheese from the grocery store. We're talking about wine. Wine is connected to cheese.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't make that connection for some reason.
God, Matt.
We went grocery shopping. We bought a whole bunch of groceries. That's what our podcast is now. It's just like 37 episodes. Like, hey, we went grocery shopping. We bought a lot of groceries.
Fuck it, it's having conversation.
Yeah, and you're listening and loving every moment of it.
You're doing it.
Wow, I wonder what kind of groceries they bought this week.
Ryan's out of cheese.
Oh.
He has to go buy more cheese.
Oh, and now here they did shitty impressions. That's funny. We'll have more guests on soon. We have a little lineup of guests in the pipeline.
This made-up lineup.
Yeah. No, but we really do have some guests coming in. I think next week we're going to shoot for a guest, so get excited for that. I'm not going to tell you who, though. But, yeah, I mean, you have anything else to say, Ryan, or you think we're about out of here? But yeah, podcast is on iTunes on Saturdays if you don't want to listen to it on YouTube on Thursdays. And we got a new episode coming out every single week, every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So stay tuned. So we'll see you guys next week with another episode of our lovely podcast talking about more awesome grocery shopping and virtual pets and shit. Ryan, would you lead us out, please?
Okay. 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. How long are you going to have me go on? I'm done. I'm done.